What's happening, lads? Before we start this week's episode of the Have a Word podcast, do us a favour, make sure you're following us on all social media. We are at Have a Word Pod on Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. And on top of that, don't forget to go and subscribe to the Patreon page, patreon.com/haveawordpod. Early access to these episodes, an extra episode just for you lot every single week on Patreon. And don't forget those monthly specials, of which there are 40 plus now. They're basically a movie every single month. Patreon.com/haveawordpod. Enjoy the episode. It's a belter.
Wag wag leads, you're listening to the funniest podcast in the game from the heart of Liverpool with Adam, Dan, Sensei Carl and Finn. This is the one and only Have a Word.
Brought to you by Manscaped, the very best products on the market for below the waist grooming.
Go Ed, get on me.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Have a Word podcast. Dan Nightingale is facing some allegations, so we hope he'll be back with us in a week or two.
Finn's his witness.
Finn is his witness.
Character witness.
/ accuser. If you heard a dog barking during the episode today, that's just Wallace, because it's such a skeleton squad. We're recording this 2 weeks ahead of schedule, because by the time this goes out, we'll all be in India on bikes. And Wallace is just, joining us in the studio today. And there's nothing we can do about it. So suck my dick. And don't complain. Danny McLoughlin's here.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't mean as much where you're like, look, we've got a really skeleton staff here. Danny's here. Yeah.
Yeah, the ringer.
The
With
film
Harold
with
Strawberry.
Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
I had to get you back in to co-host one with a good guest,
Yeah, because the last one stunk of piss.
Who is it this time? Gillette.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm all right, Christmas is coming. I'm just trying to run, because when is this 2 weeks? So it's...
Yeah, this will go out on publicly on the 25th. So some people will have their Christmas trees up.
I mean, I'd have ordered mine, probably.
Are you a big Christmas guy?
I like it. I like the idea of it more. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, ooh, I'm a you know what I am? I'm an Advent guy.
What do you mean?
Like, I like the 1st of December.
You like chocolates in the morning?
Yeah, one a day. That's the only vitamin I have. I like the build up, and then probably my peak is probably the 15th of December.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, because then you're like oh, do you know what I mean? Because it's Christmas soon, but then it's not. Oh, it's Christmas. It's done. Because it is sad. Boxing Day is sad. I know people love it because the
best time of Christmas is Christmas Day to New Year's Eve. That week is the best.
No, I think that's the worst.
Yeah.
It's crusty.
It's no, you get to eat what you want. No one really cares how you look, or you just get to get up and watch the telly and eat cheese.
Don't eat cheese though.
Why?
I don't like it.
You're lying.
No, if you don't notice, I'm not
Don't nod.
a big cheese guy. I eat mozzarella because it's not cheese; it's pizza glue. It is just pizza glue, isn't it? And do you know what? I'll have a what's it. Now and again.
I don't think that counts, Danny.
Well, it's cheese flavour.
Is it though?
I don't know.
It doesn't
because
it
they
tastes
haven't had
nothing
cheese.
like cheese.
Sorry.
It tastes nothing. Now there's a quaver.
So there's no real cheese in the world out there that tastes like a what's it.
Not that I've tasted.
Have you ever had cheese and then go, that tastes like what's it?
What's going to be funny is when they cut that then and it's just you going to be going, have you ever had cheese?
Mate, I love
No, because I
cheese.
don't eat cheese.
I'm like a fucking cheese board, mate, no.
I don't know.
What about ones with fruit in for Christmas? Like
Sorry?
cranberry,
Charcuterie.
Wensleydale.
We make them,
bastards?
mate. Bosh. We make a nasty.
He gets
one.
away with it because, obviously, we're normally sat here with, Dan Nightingale, who with food is the most mental person I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah, Dan would be like, oh, I'll have that cheese, but can you take the milk out?
I think she's allergic to egg fried rice,
What?
but not
We tried
cake.
to get him to try egg fried rice and he said no because he's allergic to eggs. And earlier that day, he had a full pack of Jaffa cakes to himself.
Oh, that might be the worst thing to be allergic to, that.
Egg.
Egg fried rice, not egg. Just egg fried. Imagine being able to eat egg.
But you can't have
not-
it mixed with rice.
Well, do you want to know another thing about me that's going to blow your mind?
Go on.
Don't eat eggs, but I eat egg fried rice. I eat eggs in egg fried rice, and I eat Haribo egg.
I think that's more common than we're realising.
Do you think yours is like food phobias, or is it like a?
I think.
Are you like Dan, where you're like it's like scared of it?
No, I think what mine is the reason I'm very fussy is that my mum and dad didn't love each other.
I can second that.
And then what happens then?
I'm not fussy.
Here's the theory, right? So what happens then is I spent a lot of time growing up at my nan's.
Yeah.
And they've got the best shit. So you know I don't eat sliced bread? Don't eat it. I can't eat it.
You know when you say that, people
best
just
thing.
like they picture you with a full loaf, like just.
Which one you don't eat sliced?
He doesn't eat like Warburtons, do you?
I have to cook my own bread or I don't eat it.
I mean, that's just like
No, it's...
Tory, innit?
No.
Yeah.
Why?
I need my own loaf. Orange Warburtons, mate.
No, I wouldn't even fish with it. I wouldn't even put it on the top on a sunny day for the carp.
Is that because you get nan?
Sorry? Yeah, because my nan only had like tin bread, like cut bread. So and then I'd go back to my mum and dad's or my dad's or my mum's, depending on what part of the relationship it was. And I'd be like, I'm not eating that. It's not even a crust, that. It's a squidgy end. Crusts are meant to be crusty. No, I've got... Yeah, it's...
Fully with you. Like the best bread, like my favourite like bread now is like a Marks and Spencer's white tin.
Yeah. See, even I'm like, there's part of me that's like, it's Marks and Spencer's though, you should really go to a proper bakery. So, what's mad is in Chester, it's a big bakery scene.
It's starting to come to Liverpool.
A lot of good bakeries in Chester, in like industrial estates and that, where they've just got a unit and then you just go there and they open up the shutter and there's like a table with like pure loaves on and sausage rolls and that.
See, we have that in Liverpool, but it's fake DVDs still to this day.
Still. Fake DVD players now because no one's got anything to play the fake DVDs on. Yeah, so I don't eat sliced bread because of that, and it's all because of that. Like I don't have any fat on. I couldn't have like a steak with fat on it because my nan used to just cut it off. So I'm just used to that.
Because she wanted to eat it.
Yeah, you know we all had this though with like our parental figure. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Whoa.
Like we all in some way.
No, because
my
mum
mum
and dad
used to cut up my sketty bolognese.
No,
for
I
me.
don't mean like cut it up. I mean like they'd have the best. I'd have fillet at my nan's, and then I'd be like, "Oh, that's got no fat on it," and I thought that's what it was. Like I'd only have like chicken, but I don't eat.
Who's
meat.
your nan?
Was it your name Marco Pierre?
And I don't have fucking meat on the bone. I can't eat meat on the bone. Just breast, and I like fat. I only eat the middles of bacon. I don't like fat and.
Fat on a steak tastes so good.
Nah, I don't need to eat that.
Fucking fry it and then baste it in the butter and your garlic
I'm
and
like
your
Jack
rosemary.
Sprat's wife, me.
Unbelievable.
Oh no, Jack Sprat could. I'm Jack Sprat. Sorry, Jack Sprat's wife could eat no lean. You know that little.
No, I know you do.
Jack Sprat could eat no fat. His wife could eat no lean. And then
that's
it's like
Lil
so
Wayne.
in between them they lick the platter clean. So basically it's saying it's find a wife that eats what you throw away.
I don't listen to Drake, me.
That's not. Yeah, you would if you put a fucking cowboy hat on.
I would. Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, this is sick.
You know, you were talking before, like the build up to Christmas fest for you. I feel like I've said this to you before in private in our friend conversations. I think I prefer like sort of the build up and the aftermath of everything. Like everything. Like even when I've got like a big show, right?
It's an anxiety thing.
Like I'm like, oh, the build up. I'm like, oh fucking hell, doing the arena at the weekend. That's class.
Yeah, but
and then as soon as it's done, I'm like, gets me like, just done the arena. They're actually doing the thing. I don't really get much from.
I don't enjoy anything more than when the thing's finished.
No, you can't.
Going home from Aldi is unbelievable.
Because you make it sound like you're like, oh, I like the start and the end. It's like, oh, I love it when she's rubbing over my jeans and I love clearing up the jizz.
Rubbing over the jeans is fucking
Yeah,
great.
but clearing
and
up
clearing
the-
up the jeans, you've just come.
Yeah, but you know, like, yeah.
The best part of a blowjob is the end.
Yeah, but it's not the after bit where there's jizz everywhere.
Yeah, it's not the after.
I think the best part of a blowjob's the end.
Coming.
Oh yeah.
I can take it or leave the end. Finish now.
The end's not always when you have to pay.
But yeah, saying I did that is better than doing it.
Yeah, the build up to like the.
I actually think sex is the exception that proves the rule. Yeah, like getting sucked off the entire time is class, innit?
Yeah, but the best
I'm never getting
bit
sucked off being like, oh, I can't wait for the end. I can't wait for this to stop. Like,
yeah.
That's what I wish it could be Christmas every day is all about. It's actually like a metaphor.
We should get a blowy every day.
I wish
yeah.
I was getting sucked off every day.
So the build up when everyone's still like excited and like it's a bit worse now because people are putting. I sound like one of them Facebook dads, but people are putting the decorations up in like June, like
Yeah,
shops
because they're
and that.
attention seekers. People put it. Oh, is it too early? Yeah, you're attention seeking, aren't you?
Oh, I mean like shops and that.
Oh no, I mean
Because they're trying to like Jedi you into spending money.
I don't mind shops. Like Liverpool One's starting to put theirs up. Like first week in November, the shops can put them up. That's fine because that is like Christmas shopping season.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't be putting them up in your house till the 1st of December. I'll let you have a VAR on like a couple of days before.
No.
If like you're going to be busy for that first week. But it should be December is house Christmas. Yeah. And when people are like, oh, well, as soon as Halloween's done, I'm getting me deckies up. It's like, you're taking too much Christmas and you're making it less special.
Guy Fawkes isn't dead by then.
No. Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I realised the other day? We're celebrating that he didn't do it rather than that he tried.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Jesus.
No, Guy Fawkes. I thought it was like, yeah, he gave it a go. Woo-hoo.
Oh, you mean the fella who tried to blow up Parliament?
We're celebrating the fact that he failed. Like, yeah. I thought it was like he gave it a go. I always thought it was that.
So you thought Britain had decided... By the way, is bonfire night the same all over the world?
No, it's only in the UK.
British Parliament, wasn't it?
Right, yeah. That's what I was...
British
Yeah,
fella.
yeah. It's not.
So in America on the 5th of November, they're not like setting
They're like,
stuff off.
it's Danny's birthday tomorrow. That's what
It was the election this year, so some fast.
Did you see how mad that was? That our election was on was on Independence Day, and their election was on the 5th of November.
Oh.
What?
Who did that?
I don't know.
So,
The man.
but you've always thought we were celebrating someone
gave it a
trying
go.
to do a terrorist attack.
Right.
Gunpowder plot.
How very French.
Yeah, he gave it a go, but, he failed and was like, lucky. But it was like, fuck them.
You know, he found out because he told one of his mates in the boozer and they told someone else.
Really, yeah.
Also, I don't think he was dead by then. Like, I don't know when he died. It might have been like January,
What was
like,
his name again?
Guido
Fawkes.
Fawkes.
Oh, yeah.
Guido.
I'm thinking Samuel Pepys for some reason. He's a different guy, isn't he?
Yeah,
He
definitely.
wrote a diary.
He bet he just died, didn't he?
It's a mad. I reckon like, being called Guido in like 17th century Britain. That might have been like being the one Asian kid in my class at school. Like it must have been mad for him. Like you're like Guido.
That's why he called himself Guy, innit?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So he's like, yeah, just Guy. I'm Guy, just Guy. And they're like, no, what's Guy short for? He's just Guy, innit?
No, he was from Birmingham and he was saying he was gay. He was trying to come out and no one was listening to him.
Guy. I like Guy like that.
Have you been? Did you ever go to that guy's house that used to live in the tower?
And Frank.
No,
Tom Horton.
Tom Horton.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever go in his
I
house?
always get them mixed up. I did go to Tom Horton's house, yeah. I stood on the Tower of London in a pair of 110s.
Yeah, sick.
Scouse.
Did you go in his? You know, his bedroom was the room next to where they interrogated Guy Fawkes.
Was it, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't tell me that. He showed me Hitler's shitter.
Yeah, well, that's
Got it in a case.
just, yeah, little shit.
No, well, in the Tower of London, they had like a little wing ready for if they caught Hitler. And they were like, that's Hitler's bog. So no one's ever pooed in it because it was like...
There's no
just
way you didn't poo in it.
I asked, could I? I was like, do you mind if I have a shite in there? And he was like, yeah, I do, Adam, yeah.
Who are they saving it for now, though?
What?
Who are they saving it for
when he
now?
comes back.
Yeah. Zombie Hitler's
Zombie
shit.
Hitler, yeah. Zombie Hitler shit, the dead snow.
I think it's just it's because it's part of history. It's like, hey, that's...
Well, who's the baddest man on the planet right now? Not like John Jones.
John Jones,
I mean,
yeah.
John Jones, Francis Ngannou. I mean, like the naughtiest. Who is it?
It depends who you listen to, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Like, you could say Putin, you could say Kim.
You could say Eric Ten Hag.
Eric Ten
Could say
Hag.
Eric Ten Hag.
Depends what, if you listen to TalkSport, it could be anyone, couldn't it? Like,
It could be Trump.
Yeah.
It depends who you listen to, doesn't it? It could also be like, Joe Rogan. It depends who you listen
A
to.
lot of people who think that as well, isn't there?
who do you think it is?
The naughtiest man in the
It's
world.
probably Putin, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say. Who's got the
Or
power?
Netanyahu. It's Netanyahu. It's definitely Netanyahu.
Maybe.
Could be.
There's a fella at Merseyrail that gave me a ticket once. I'd save it for him.
All right. Do you know Netanyahu's
£100
only
fine.
angry because he hasn't got a new email address? His actual name is netan@yahoo.com. And that's why he's so fuming, because he hasn't got his own iCloud.
That's why he's fuming.
Yeah, he's like, oh.
How,
Him and Kim Jong Hotmail.
where Christmas coming? Is your son getting to the age now where he gets dead excited about Christmas?
He's been that for a while. He's 6 now, so I'm a bit worried that, because I was 7 when I don't want to.
So was that? We spoke about it last week. Etta found out last week she's 7.
Are you talking about Father Christmas?
Yeah, but there might be still people.
No, if your kids are watching this, you
No, I meant the people who signed up to your Patreon, to be honest.
What? We spoke about it, so we can go.
Yeah, right, okay. So he's probably, I was 7, might only have a year left.
Did you figure it out or did someone grass?
Can't remember. I think I'd like to say I should have figured it out, really. We didn't have a chimney. My dad used to leave the window open. Like the
Father Christmas normally goes down chimneys, but we haven't got one, so just leave that fucking window wide open.
Yeah. We leave the window open.
I don't remember ever finding out. I don't know if I don't remember the day.
I remember when I found out about the tooth fairy. Because I'd been on holiday with my auntie and lost a tooth on holiday. I was fighting. And she gave me 20 pesetas. And so I come back and I was like, Mum, Dad, guess what? I was on holiday. Fucking lost a tooth, didn't I? 20 pesetas I got for it. And then I was upstairs. And we like our living room door was at the bottom of the stairs and it was always shut. Like when my mum and dad had, especially if they had like people over and whatever. And they had like 2 of the neighbours on. I think they were having a few drinks and I was upstairs in my room. And I came down to ask them something. And when I got halfway down the stairs, I could hear them talking. And so I was just being I wonder what they're talking about. And I heard them going, fucking hell, our Sue gave our Adam 20 quid off the tooth fairy when they were in Gran Canaria. And he lost his tooth last week and I had to give him 20 quid, didn't I? Because I was like, I couldn't like explain to him that like it's different. So I was just like, oh, I've got it. Fucking cost me 20 quid. And I just like literally ran down the rest of the stairs home in the door and I was like, the tooth fairy's not real.
I just like the idea of you putting 20 pesetas under your pillow and then in the morning there's £4.62. It's just the exchange rate. The Bureau de Change.
Oh,
Yeah.
the death of innocence.
I kicked my Xbox over by accident, and my mum had the receipt for the Xbox, and I was like, Father Christmas doesn't give receipts. That's how I found out. I was like, he's not gone to Argos and bought it, has he?
No one buys an Xbox from Argos, so that's weird.
I know.
This is real.
I don't even know how I kicked it. Like, I was like jumping up and down playing it and volleyed it. 9, 8.
I don't remember.
9. You didn't know about Father Christmas not being real until you were 9 years old.
I was from a very sheltered kind
I knew
of...
about blowjobs before 9.
Yeah, but again, I went to a school with like, 7 people in the whole school and we all sang like Hallelujah.
That's also why you found out that Father Christmas wasn't real.
It's the world's
Same day.
I've said this before, but I remember being dead upset that I knew what blowjobs were. Because I was like, I'm too young to know that. Because the bigger kids in our road are talking about it. And I was like, oh, I definitely shouldn't know about that.
What's sad is you didn't know that actually the build-up and the end was actually the best bit at that time.
I don't think I knew about sex until secondary school.
That's a lie.
What, it wouldn't have come up in school.
Hey.
There was like one... Again, there was one lad in the year above, in the whole of the year above, and there was like 4 or 5 lads in my year.
What? Fucking him.
Like,
he went to some hobbit school in Wigan. And we don't. He was in the Shire. We don't know.
There was one lad in the year above.
Yeah.
do you know what?
I'm at the school instantly.
maybe in year 6 because my teacher got pregnant, and I remember some people going like, "Oh,
It was him.
It was the one lad.
you know." But yeah, I don't know. I was because I was also like the oldest child as well. Like in
No,
my
you
house.
weren't. You weren't the oldest child ever.
No, that's Gary Barlow's son. But yeah, so like it would never have fed down to me. Whereas like I've got a younger brother who's 14.
The youngest child ever.
Yeah, the youngest, and I'm his bad in like I'm watched like Step Brothers with him because I know that like
Oh, there's sex in there.
There is?
Well, I didn't realize until I watched it, and then like there is major sex. I was like, let's.
What would you do if your brother? You've got a little brother, haven't you?
He's the little brother.
What would you do if you went, hey Harry, what's sex in there?
Well, I'm not going to show him.
You'd be like, I'll tell you tomorrow. I'm just going to ask the man in the year above.
Yeah. All my information comes from Adam, who was in the year above.
Oh, because he was the first man.
He was the oldest person ever.
What would you do if a little kid in your family? You've got young uns in your family, haven't you?
Yeah.
Went, hey Adam, what's sex?
I'd be like, I find out when you're older.
Really? Yeah. You wouldn't take it on, no?
Not a fucking chat. Have you lost your fucking tiny mind?
Why?
So my niece comes up to me.
No, how old's she? I'm talking like 12, 13.
Right, there's none of them in my family, but still, let's say when she's 12 or 13 and she comes up and is like, Uncle Adam, what's sex? I'm going to go, you will find out when you're... You think I'm going to just be like, well, my time has come to be a teacher. Sit down. No. Men have got cocks. Women have got pussies. They slam them together for a bit. He jizzes. And sometimes babies are made. Why would, like...
But I must tell you, child, that's not the best bit.
You've got to do birds and the bees one day.
Also, like, you're 13, you little fridge. You should know. You got TikTok probably. I'm sure it's on there.
You've been shagging.
What about when your little lad's like, hey, Dad, what's this?
I don't know. I've got, because of my sitch, I'd just be like, your mum, innit?
Are you going to do that? Yeah, just...
And she'll probably, like, she's very open. Like, I think I don't know for sure, but, like, we are like, we'll just say. But if you do it scientific, it's all right, innit? Like, if you go, like, this is what happens and this is what happens. Like, you don't have to be like, oh, yeah.
School does it now for you, doesn't it?
Yeah, in, like, year 5 or
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, better than when we...
But, like, I think our parents' generation were the last ones that had to, like, properly take the kids through it, because back then there was, like, no sex ed, was there, in school? That's like that's like our generation, were like the first one to sort of do that. Like my granddad had to tell my dad how to fuck. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was no like school for me dad to learn how to.
No Euro trash. That's what it might be. We might be the first Euro trash generation. So therefore,
porn taught me
sex ed. I mean,
porn. Yeah,
it did though.
Yeah.
I didn't ask my mum.
What sex? Well, your stepmum comes in, yeah. And she's not your real stepmom because she's from Japan. And then
that's why, like, I exclusively do gangbangs. It's just because that I learned from porn.
Know.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to do with one vagina at a time.
What's mad, I think, is that the way that life is now, kids will know what pixelated things is from porn instead of like trying to get Channel 5 on an outside aerial. They won't know what that is. But they'll know that, like...
I reckon a Japanese woman's ever got a fanny out and people have been like, oh my God. Like, they thought it was actually pixelated at all times.
I've never
Do you think they've been trying to get Channel 5 and it's all pixelated? They were like, fuck, this must be heavy, this. There must be something here. They don't... Just a massive minge.
Is there a black market for, like... In Japan for, like,
real
non-pixelated porn? Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine so.
Yeah. If you look hard enough, you can find it, like, anyway.
Have you seen what's happening with the North Koreans?
Yeah.
This is mad.
So, what, 3 weeks ago?
So North Korea heavily support... North Korea are currently preparing for war. They've binned off any allegiance with South Korea. And now they're heavily supporting Russia by giving them arms and stuff. And they've also given them troops. But because these North Koreans have never been exposed to the internet, they're now all obsessed with porn. Yeah. All of them, because they've never had access to that.
Wait till they get a Kit Kat. Oh, it's going to blow their mind, that, innit? Can you imagine?
A Russian Kit Kat?
Yeah, they get there and they're like, oh, this porn is mad, but look at this. Like, what's that? It's a sherbet dib dab. Like, you put the lolly in and then fucking heads will fall off.
Yeah, good.
I just don't believe it, mate. I've got my own conspiracies about North Korea. I think it's fucking class. And they just like...
He thinks North Korea is like just like Belgium.
No, I think it's like Tenerife. I think it's just fucking water parks and people with the tits out. I think it's class, and it's so good that the West... Yeah, pretty much, innit?
It can't be that good. Didn't the guy try and escape it once by pole vaulting over the fence?
That's what they want you to think, mate. He was just trying to get into the Olympics. That's all he was doing. And they're just like, oh, see, they're trying to escape. No, he's trying to better himself. That's all it is.
There's an English brewery in North Korea.
Carlin.
That's where Madry's actually from. All them dicks, not actually Spanish. Yeah, it's from North Korea. Imagine if Madry was from North Korea. That'd be so funny.
They've got a Spanish foreign minister. They're like, you know, like how England have just got like a German manager. They've done that. They've brought in like a Spanish
the
foreign
best.
minister.
Oh, that's cool. They've outsourced. Do you reckon all the Koreans going, the foreign minister should be Korean? It's a disgrace.
They're all playing tiki-taka, the North Koreans.
Oh.
Called noughts and crosses. Imagine finding porn at the age of like 30.
Can you, like, but their minds are completely like innocent and free. Imagine how like good their sex is, where all they know is like what they've had. Do you know what I mean? Like ours is like tainted by what could be. Do you know what I mean? Like I've seen some absolute male porn stars who can like they throw people around the room and everyone's having a class time. I can't do that, and I know that's possible. These Korean fellas didn't know that was done. They just thought everything's just missionary and face to face.
10 minutes a mish.
But they're learning shit, aren't they, now? And going back, and all their wives are going to get their heads bum clean up. Where the fuck have you been? And all doing all like fucking mad.
You're like,
poses.
welcome back. He's like,
Sick, innit? Little sex holiday for them.
Mormons are the same though. Like Mormons don't.
Mormons and North Koreans are identical.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
feel like this is just the same. When I was last here, we were talking about the Amish for an hour and a half. Like this just feels like that. Like
What we do with you? We talk about
just like
sects.
just fit.
Have we ever talked?
That was great.
Thank you.
Have
I'm
we ever
glad you
talked
got
about soaking? What the
What?
Mormons do?
Oh, I thought you were talking about some North Korean guy.
Just found out about square porn.
And
Soaking.
that was good enough. Thank you.
Do you know what the Mormons do? Soaking.
Yeah.
So I had a Mormon friend in Oklahoma, and she told me about a
Doesn't like the Mormons,
Yeah, he
Wally. I had a Mormon friend. Right, get off. Fucking sick of this shit.
So her two brothers, basically, the way it's written into kind of the scripture is that you can have kind of you're not allowed to have like repetitive penetrative sex or something like that. But what you can do, you can dock in, and then you can get a buddy just to help you go back and forth. So like one of her brothers would bring a girl home, get in position, and get the other brother to jump on the bunk bed, and then they just like finish like that. That's how
What
they
a
have sex.
stupid
The
religion.
most shocking thing about that is I genuinely would have thought that Mormons weren't allowed bunk beds. Like the thing in my head that I can't get my head round isn't the soaking, it's the Mormons in bunk beds.
Why is it called soaking?
I can Google that. I don't know. It's just they're all dirty bastards, aren't they? It sounds like a dirty bastard name.
No.
That's like the maddest one, That's got to be the maddest, like, religious rule. Like, that's worse than, like, Hindus can't have beef burgers and that. Do you know what I mean? It is, though, isn't it?
But what's mad, right? They're allowed to go out, and another Hindu is allowed to put a beef burger in and out of his mouth.
Hey, I'm just here, shocked.
Hey, who dropped it?
Are you back to fatherhood? Are you conscious at all of having to have those conversations? And, like...
Nah.
At the minute, is he just your little kid, or are you worried about one day he might like call you a maggot or something? Do you know what I
No, I
mean?
don't mind that. Like, it's fine. It's good. It's really good. I'm dead lucky at the minute that he's not a little cunt. So, I mean, that's the thing with kids, though, I imagine, is that tomorrow he could just start being a little cunt. Like,
Yeah.
To get to school and, like, the one...
He's old enough now, though, that's probably not going to happen, innit?
I don't know. I
What
think
age?
it's...
7. 7 is
6.
6. He's on the cusp, innit?
So if he... I don't know about the one guy in the year above, but he might be a bad guy in it. So he might try and get in with the one guy in the year above and then, like, Adam.
What's your advice? Because ours is always, don't be cool or a gimp. Just be.
Just be.
In school.
He's
Just,
not telling his kids to not be cool, is he? Like,
no, yeah, but I bet you
No,
ain't cool
I
in
would,
school.
because if you try and be cool, you're not cool, are you? You
No,
just
but-
got to be yourself. I don't, like, try and be cool. I'm just dead cool, so...
No, but I mean, don't try and be in school like, oh, I'm hard and fit and cool. Or like, oh, don't be Asian.
Don't be an Asian ghost.
Don't be Don't be an Asian ghost in school. Real one. Don't be a gimp and don't be thinking mad. Just float through school. That's
Like a ghost.
I think weirdly, like, what might be the advice is just don't give any advice until he asks for advice. Just let him figure his own. And then if he's obviously like, oh, Dad, like, this is happening or this happened, then maybe. But don't be like, look, do this. Just let them do what they want. And then,
yeah. Hope.
yeah.
Hope they're not little gimps.
He doesn't like footy, though.
Oh. What would you rather? Would you rather he be like hard and cool or a bad gimp?
I don't know. I feel like it's...
hard and cool.
but like...
I'd rather that my kid be the school bully. and I'll just deal with that when he's 20 and be like, hey, you shouldn't have done any of that. But well in on your fucking knockout record. Like, honestly.
I think it's Gimp season, though, innit? I think it might be Gimp season for like...
It is, yeah.
It's going that way. Gimps, it's rise of the
Girls
Gimps.
like Gimps.
Gimps is the new black.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that Netflix.
I don't think you're quite right. It's not like the lads we went to school with, they were seen as Gims and not now running the school and shagging all the birds from next door.
No, but what they are doing is like coding and...
They're millionaires now.
Yeah.
And Pokemon cards are back.
Absolutely. I'm not saying like super long term. That's not beneficial.
Right.
But getting through school, like the idea of my kid being bullied, I haven't got that in me. I will turn up and I will kill the cunt who's bullying them. Do you know what I mean? Like, and their family. Like, I can't handle that idea at all. So I'd rather them be the one who's being a bell end than being on the end of it. And I'd rather them be neither and be right in the middle. But if I had to pick, I don't want to have to deal with my kid crying all the time.
I think it might be harder to reconcile with yourself that your kid's a cunt. That might hit harder because ultimately that might be a failing on you.
Yeah, people are like, why is my kid a gimp? What have I
Yeah,
done
but if
here?
your kid's like a gimp, at least in your head you can go, do you know what? Ultimately,
He's a nice person.
gimps don't start wars or gimps don't... Do you know what I mean?
Gimps
Like,
don't cry.
Yeah, you're fucking right.
That fella,
But then you're
that
like-
fella that shot Trump, that was a bit of a gimp. He looked like a bit of a gimp.
Yeah.
That's true.
School
Gimps
shooters are
can
gimps.
go round and end up at the top as the worst people.
maybe.
They can become assassins, bad assassins.
Mate, that guy put the ass in Assassin. To be fair, like, let's be honest.
Hey, it was a good shot, you know. I know it's old news now, but it
He
was
hit him. Trump just dodged it by accident.
yeah, it's one of the it's the coldest move of all time. Like, you're gonna shoot me in the head, are you? No, you're not.
Can you imagine how different the world would be? With centimetres. What wild. I mean, I know it's old news now. Trump's in. Which isn't in yet, actually, is he?
I don't know.
January he gets in.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, is he like the
Joe Biden's still president. I
president-elect?
just forgot.
Yeah, but this is the
He's
bit where he
forgot.
goes on like a farewell tour.
Do you know what could happen right now, which would be dead funny, is he could step down and until January, Kamala Harris would be the president and she'd just get to have a go even though she lost.
And
I'd do that, man.
Like Ralph Ragnick.
Yeah.
he'll have fucked all his merch. Have you seen his merch? Yeah. He's got 45, 47 merch. 45th president, 47th. He'd be the 48th because Kamala Harris
Oh,
would be the 47th.
do it.
Mate, that'd be so
It's
good.
worth it just for that.
Yeah.
Fuck his merch up.
Oh, do it. She still hasn't like done like a public concession, has she? She hasn't said anything.
She's conceded, but not...
She might have.
She's spelled him.
She might have.
yeah.
She might have.
At the time of recording.
She did do a speech.
Yeah, it was shit, though.
It's the 8th of November for us, by the way.
She basically came out and was like, when we lose elections, we accept the results.
Yeah.
She threw a bit of shade.
I saw a tweet and said, Joe Biden woke up and go, did I win? He's fucked him, innit?
You know, you mentioned the kids not into footy.
Yeah.
Is that like an anomaly, or is that like more popular now? Because I
know.
People aren't as asked about footy as when we were kids.
I know.
No
There's
way.
too much to do.
There's too much to do. Like everything's so engaging. Like I can't imagine what it's going to be like for that next generation because I'm addicted to this and I didn't grow up with
Well,
it.
he's got nothing, Rudy. Like, he's got no, like, he didn't watch telly till he was 18 months. We were like mad, like Victorian parents with him.
That's good.
And he could only watch telly if he'd read the book. So he knew what was going on. So he didn't want just fucking colours and mad shapes. So he just was like that. We wanted him to know, actually, that's the Gruffalo. So that's what we did. We were like, you can watch telly if you know what the fuck it is. We're not just putting Bing on or whatever. And I'm not saying like parent your kids how you want to parent your kids, but that's what we did. We were just like, right, you can watch that. And it was like, he was like 18 months and now he doesn't, it's like he hasn't got a tablet or anything like that. Like,
That's good, though. That's rare.
In my head, this is the type of parent I'm going to be. And like you and Dan have laughed at me before and been like, you will literally throw an iPad at your child to shut him up. But I think it's the right way to do it.
that's the maddest one. Like, obviously, like I said, like, do what you want with your kids. Like, they're your kids, parent them, however. Like, I'll never judge someone. But the maddest one is when you see, like, there's a fucking adapter that you can put on a pram that you put the iPad. And there's, like, kids in the pram with the iPad there. It's like fucking Total Recall or something.
Like
it
Wally?
look. Sorry?
Like Wally.
Never seen it. Couldn't find him.
It's up there.
Yeah, so the iPad's just like there, and they're just getting pushed around with a Greggs sausage roll like that.
Fuck that.
I was in Nando's last week with Serica, and there was
Such a flex.
three lads. £42 it was.
By the way, sorry to cut you off, but I would I often think about some of the things that I would waste a wish on if I had 3 wishes that you wouldn't necessarily, that would be very personal to me.
Go on.
Like, for example, if I had 3 wishes, like obviously you'd wish for like bare money and that, but one would be to have every goal I've ever scored on video so I could watch it back.
Oh, that's good. I like
From like under whatevers to now.
Oh my God, that's such a fucking absolute. That's ironically a top bin of a wish.
Yeah.
Like, I want to watch that wish again.
Yeah.
You have to sort through it. Someone's put it in like.
Yeah, no,
number
it's in.
one,
It's
two.
in with Life of
Book of
Riley
Sabian
playing,
over
just tap-ins at Cubs and that. Like,
No, what's that? What's that song that perfect for stuff like this by Daddy OG? Is it like Sunshine?
Sunshine. Yeah.
It's a volley when you need it.
Yeah. And I was good. Like, I've scored some absolute fucking screamers. Like, it would, like, it'd be 1 million views that if I put it on YouTube, like my goal, my highlight reel. It'd be up there with like Cantonars and Bergkamps and that. Like,
Probably, yeah. But imagine theirs.
oh yeah, well, maybe not as mad because they haven't. They've never played for fucking Border Youth under 13s because they were in Ajax Academy and it was hard from the start. Like, do you know what I mean? I've played against some right fucking gimps, so just nutmegging plumbers in vets.
I'd love to rewatch the goal I scored in the Year 6 School Cup semi-final to win the game. Because honestly, in my head, the goal I scored.
That's another.
It is like it was So here's actually what happened in my head, right? I was playing right back, and a corner come in, and I was like sort of the one standing outside the box.
Best place
right?
to be.
Also,
come in.
I'm not saying anything about your footballing ability, but if it's Year 6 and you're playing right back, you're shite.
Well, no. So I was a sub,
Right.
So I'd only been going to. Like, it was I never really got coached at all. Like, I was never in a team. So I didn't, like, think it was, like, possible. Do you know what I mean? So, like, the school had their team and whatever. And then I was like, can I go to the training and the practice? And they were like, yeah. I'd only there a couple of weeks. And they're like, oh, yeah, you're going to play. But, like, because the team had already got to, like, this, I think I joined just before or after the quarterfinal.
You're like Air Bud.
Yeah. So they were like you're a sub for the semi-final, and it was something like 7-7, right? And it's like seconds and minutes to go and whatever. And a corner comes in, and it got like headed out. And in my head, honestly, like, it's better than Gerard Olympiacos. Like, it come to me, and I hit it like with the outside of my foot. And it went round every player on the pitch and into the very top corner. Like, I could draw like in like frames, like 50 frames per second. I could draw a video for you of what I can see in my head. And I'd just love to know how accurate that memory is.
It's mad, innit, that you remember all that shit from when you were like 8, but you don't know when the recycling is. Like, I could just remember, like, in a picture perfect way, the volley from the halfway line I scored against Waverton for fucking Chester Boys Club under 14s in the purple and green Blackburn. It was like a halves, but purple and green. It was sick kit. But yeah, you tell me like, oh, when's Milk Day? I'm like,
I want to see my Year 5 hat-trick against Avon St Mary.
Ooh.
Yeah, 2-0 down. I scored 2 tap-ins, and then it was half-time. And someone was like, yeah, we only scored tap-ins or something. And then I scored from the halfway line to win it 3-2. And I reckon I went home and shagged 15 birds that night as well.
Yeah.
In my head. Like, I drove home that night and everything. Oh, that's such a good wish.
Yeah, but one of my others is like, I just love a 2005 Nando's. You can't, right. I remember how much better Nando's was, right? And it is so much better. It's so much worse
How can
now.
it be so much? It's still the same problem.
No, it's not. This is the thing. I'm convinced it's not. And I'd love to speak to Fernando Duarte now, who I think is the guy that...
Oh, again, I believe that you know that.
Have a look. And I would... I'd say, look, it's different, isn't it? Like, he wouldn't say it, but then, like, we ended up in the urinal together. Say we was at, it is Fernando Duarte, mate. I'm such a fucking autistic person. And we'd be,
I was hoping that wasn't going to be right, and I would have loved to have known who that was if you'd got that wrong.
yeah,
Portsmouth left back from the early.
So what, like the flavours or the size? Or?
I don't know. But we'd all be at a dinner party and we'd be like, hey, Fernando, it's different, isn't it? And he'd be like, no, everything is the same. We use the same recipe from 1999 or whenever I started it. And then we'd be like, yeah, and everyone would be like, ah. And then in the urinal later on, he's there after dessert. And I'd just be like, it's different though, innit? And then he'd go, yeah. Because I think it is.
I think that's a dangerous question to ask, you know, from like a therapy, psychological point of view. Because if you find out for sure that it's exactly the same and you were just a bit happier in 2005.
That might be what it is.
Yeah.
That might just be what it is. It's like the Goonies was good when I was 8. It might just be that.
Well, I said that as well, Home Alone. I didn't watch Home Alone until I was a man, like Bane.
Yeah.
And it's shit.
Yeah, I think, I've heard you say that, either here or like in life. But
Like, it's so poo. But I get the nostalgia, and I'm not going to claim that you don't think it's good, because I get that you think it's good.
You mean the first one?
Yeah, I've only seen the first one.
Yeah. You need to watch Home Alone 3.
oh yeah, we
Absolute
have
classic.
chatted about it because I remember thinking you were an absolute
So what?
danger.
I'll watch. That'll be the first Christmas film I'll watch. I've never seen 3.
Watch Home Alone 3 and watch Jack Frost. You don't need to watch anything else.
I think I've seen Jack
They're
Frost.
the top 2.
Is that David Jason?
David Jason.
That's a touch of Frost, which I think is going to have like mad different connotations in about 10 years.
Why ever so?
But
I think that's a really good time to call our first break. What's happening, guys? Time to tell you about my absolute favourite sponsor, the OG, the best sponsor we've ever had, as well as all the other ones. Manscaped.com, promo code WORD20, 20% off and free shipping worldwide. Now, football season's back. You know what that means? NFL Sundays, college football, and the Premier League, if you're not a goth who's lonely.
What's that got to do with trimming your pubes?
Well, you don't want to be the guy with all the hairy bollocks with all your mates in the pub.
I know what I do when I go to the pub to watch American soccer.
You
I get
take
me
the
balls
performance
up.
package 5.0 and you shave before you go out, don't you?
Yeah,
Because,
shave before I go out because
like if one of your mates pulls your pants down in a pub for a prank, you don't want to be the one with the hairiest, smelliest cock.
and public indecency is an offence in this country.
And it is the best you can buy. This is the best stuff you can buy. You know,
Fuck.
the crop soother, the crop preserver,
Look at
the
this.
nose trimmer goes up your nose, does the weeds, the weed whacker, the beard trimmer, got a beard trimmer as well now, pube trimmer, the performance package 5.0.
5 now?
5?
Wow.
With the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, it is the best in men's below and above the belt grooming. And with the promo code WORD20, you get 20% off and free shipping worldwide.
You also get a bag, a pencil
If you get
case
the
for
package,
school,
you get all sorts of gear, mate.
Pencil case for school.
All sorts of gear.
newspaper.
Best sponsor in the game. The best stuff. You don't want to let, just because it's the summer's over, do not let your male grooming go downhill.
Nope. This goth loves it.
He's a goth, isn't he?
Trim your pubes, boys. I do.
Hey, part 2. How are you doing? We're good. Harry, have you got any questions?
We have some questions written in. First question is from Big Tozzer. Wag Lids, question for you. With America essentially electing a celebrity president for his second term, the UK needs an equal representative who can put up with Trump's bollocks. What UK celebrity would you choose to make a Stone Cold Steve Austin style entrance at an important UN or NATO meeting and go head to head with the big what's it looking fucker?
We're always about 10, 15 years behind the States with stuff like this. We will be electing celebrities in a decade's time. Like someone who's like just a personality now will
reckon?
end up running. Yeah.
But over there's just a popularity thing, isn't it? I like them or them. It's not. I mean, it's becoming more, but nowhere near as much as them. We are still a party.
What do you
Yep.
mean?
I think that's why Boris did so well, because he was a celebrity
I suppose he's
politician. wasn't he?
kind of been already one, Boris.
Yeah.
Boris Johnson is Trump, yeah, but he just hasn't had the career. Like at some point, like it'll be a footballer. It'll be like fucking Matt Letizia or something,
I hope not.
or Ricky Lambert,
Paul Merson.
fucking talking to plants and shit. It'll be someone like that.
Well, it's like that because that Argentina president has like dogs in his cabinet. So Matt Letizia and Ricky Lambert might just have bottles of water and like Venus flytraps. Is like.
Do you know about Ricky Lambert?
Sorry, are we recording?
I was wondering what you were doing. Stop being a dick.
Do you know about Ricky Lambert? Do you know what he does?
No.
So he talks to plants to make them feel good.
Right.
So he got 2 plants. Someone else did as well, but he got 2 plants. And the first one, he's like, you're a little cunt, you horrible little cunt plant. And the other one, he's like, you're a beautiful, sexy plant. And he claims the one that he gave compliments to grew well more.
What he doesn't say is that one was fed, watered in the sun. The one was in the bin. You're a cunt in the bin. You're not growing, are you?
What kind of shit plants are you? Plants don't go in bins, you knobhead. Who would you put in charge then? What celeb?
Well, he's not English, but like Wolf from Gladiators would be sick.
He likes New Zealand.
He's from New Zealand, yeah. Michael Van Wyk.
Yeah.
How do you know these things?
I don't know.
It's such an encyclopedia, your little head, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's just remembering stuff.
I think it is, yeah.
That's what it is. Like I've seen that and gone, yeah, I'll keep that.
Do you reckon it's a bit of the tism?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Because I was telling Carl wrestling facts when we were watching the Vince McMahon documentary, and it's like, I think I might have a little bit of it.
Do you still watch wrestling now?
No, but I can tell you every person that's ever won the WWE Championship.
Go on, then.
No.
Well, it starts with Buddy Rogers.
We'll do it in the break.
Who won the 27th one?
I don't know it in numbers, but I'll tell you
Fucking
like
embarrassing.
Ask
Isn't it?
him here.
Shitsism, that.
1983.
I was probably Hulk Hogan.
No, it wasn't.
I can do that.
He wasn't about then, was
Oh,
he?
no, in 83.
Yeah.
See, I couldn't tell you by year, but I
Man
can
was
tell you
still
by
Terry then.
If there's a list in front of me, you can read it.
He was
Yeah.
he was
By the
stunning
way,
Sterling.
based on everything I can do exactly what you can do.
Or just read a list.
No, I go on. Ask me, name a year.
Okay, who won the WWE Championship at Armageddon in 2008?
Rowdy Ronnie Bughead.
It was Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, with his T-shirt, with
That's
his
what I call
sparkly
it.
He
T-shirt.
beat Rowdy Ronnie Bughead. It's not right. Rowdy Ronnie Bughead's a porn star,
Yeah.
by the way.
He'd be good at the NATO meeting.
Yeah. Who we putting in charge? Who's repping the UK?
Martin from Homes Under the Hammer. He's orange and he also like has a bit about him.
Is that David Dickinson?
David Dickinson, you mean?
No, Martin from Homes Under the Hammer is the one that is basically Hal Cruttenden.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I know exactly who you mean. Who's repping us?
I don't know. It's got to be some, because the thing is, you're right. I don't think we would vote for unless they were like they had some mad ideal. They couldn't just get in on personality alone.
Mr. Blobby.
No.
Yeah.
Are you taking the piss? He would come in, smash the
Am
door
I
down.
taking the piss?
Are you taking the piss? Mr. Blobby.
Mr. Blobby will be Prime Minister in 10 years. No, he won't. Are you taking the piss?
It's
Are you taking the piss out
It's
of me?
inevitable. No.
If Trump is at a NATO meeting and he's like spouting shite and then Blobby doesn't even come through the door, he comes through the wall and starts messing up papers.
Oh, the UK Prime Minister is here.
And
Prime Minister Blobby.
he can't get his head through the door.
Nah, someone cool, hard, like a Tom Hardy.
Jason Statham.
Yeah. Joe, he's an Olympic diver.
Yeah.
No,
Well, he was Commonwealth diver.
he was a Commonwealth diver. Yeah.
It's a euphemism. Carl means he's gay.
Joe, he was gay.
He used to sell
Right into
fish at a
bubbles.
market with Vinnie Jones as well.
There you go. This is the fact corner over here.
Vinnie Jones is exactly who it could be, though.
Oh, Vincent Peter Jones.
Because he's got the age.
Watch this now. Harry's doing his
Vinnie
Googles.
Vinnie Jones could absolutely do it.
That is insane.
He's got the age. He's got like the experience. He's hard. People respect him. He's cool, isn't he?
No.
He's an X-Man.
He is cool, Vinnie Jones.
What? Trans.
Is he an X-Men?
Yeah, he was
He
Juggernaut.
was Juggernaut, wasn't he?
He's also in Mean Machine.
Oh, yeah.
He also played for Wimbledon.
Vinnie Jones. That's my vote, Vinnie Jones.
Do you know what it might be? That guy, do you remember Carl Fathead Power that used to, the guy that,
That sounds like my nickname in school.
you know the guy that got in the photo at United?
Oh, yeah.
And he
yeah.
walked out to bat at Lords and he knocked up at Wimbledon and he did it might just be him, and so we haven't got a pro. We just stand him there and he's just like that in a suit and no one knows what the fuck he
Did he
is.
do Liverpool Istanbul as well?
I don't know.
There's one at Istanbul for Liverpool. He just got on the team photo.
See, how mad's that? Like, he was doing that. Like, that's people's careers now. And he was just doing it for vibes. Like people make like YouTube careers out of doing pranks and shit like that, and this guy was just doing it on his dinner break.
Simon Bradkin.
I was speaking to my stepdad. Were streakers like big back in the day?
Well, it was Coles often, so yeah, they were a thing.
Well,
But I think that's. Do you know what? I think that's when the country went to the dogs. Actually, when they started fucking showing like the corner flag instead of the streakers. I'm from an era where like they fucking showed a streaker, and you were like, eh?
Same with injuries.
Oh yeah.
Show me the injury.
But
But
then,
we're pointing in the
No, because you're a little tragedy porn cunt, aren't you? But you are though.
Not like, he's not dead.
It might have
when
been
Ericsson died, though, they
GBC's.
showed him.
I was watching it live.
Do you know streakers, Joe? And I genuinely think the reason they're not as popular anymore, first of all, that, but also even if they were shown, like back then, that was just a way to be like, hey, look what I've done. Look, I'm famous, sort of thing. I was on the telly. There's so many other ways now to be on the telly. Because having a good TikTok video go viral is being on the telly in the same context as being a streaker was. There's just a million different ways to streak, so no one's doing it at Wimbledon anymore. They're
Also,
doing
it's probably not worth everyone laughing at your dick and you never being allowed into a football ground for 16 years. Like, it's probably not worth it now.
You shouldn't be banned if you streak. You should get a season ticket.
Sets a bad precedent, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, yeah. Would be fucking class though, wouldn't it? People just streaking every week. And there's just a fella handing out season tickets at the end of the fucking thing.
Do you know, have you ever seen the videos where like someone runs on and scores or like saves it?
Yeah.
The goal doesn't count, does it, if they save it?
No.
That's mad, innit?
So funny.
Because you would just, like, imagine, you'd be a king forever, you'd be banned forever.
No, because then the team has to then let them score, don't they?
I don't think there's anything funnier than when like stuff like that. Did you see the guy that like rinsed the free kick? I can't remember what it was, but there was a free kick and he just ran on and fucking he bent it in, like he scored a free kick. I can't remember the exact context, but it's a funny. Do you know who the first American to miss a penalty in the World Cup finals was? Diana Ross, and it just is my second favourite fact.
That's my confabulated memory, that, because that is Janet Jackson in my head.
That's something. I don't know. I think Jackson would have scored.
Panenka it.
I think Jackson.
Yeah.
I think Janet Jackson, 1994. How old was Jackson in 94? 38.
I love you sitting there watching that going, fucking, that's the mistake.
That's
Diana
it.
Ross on it.
Diana
Everyone
Ross,
knows
it's
Janet
a flop.
Jackson
Look
should
at
be your
that for a
penalty
flop.
taker.
Janet Jackson was in the last year of her contract. You could have picked her up for 20 mil.
The goal was 45 metres wide. Most people would have scored. Him missing was impressive.
It separated as she hit it as well. And
Yeah,
made it
yeah,
bigger, and she still managed to
I was
win.
going to wear that top today. USA
Diana
94 away.
Oh.
But I didn't want to wear it because of the partisan, because of what's just happened. And I didn't want people to think that,
You're a
You're
Trump fan.
patriotic.
yeah.
Can I just bring something up that we mentioned off camera? Just now that we're back.
Oh, can we play? Is it what I think
This
it is?
This can't be real, by the way.
So Harry, when we stopped recording before, Harry was like, oh, I was going to bring this up, but we sort of moved on with the conversation from the footy thing. Harry told us, Harry, how many goals have you ever scored?
Career goals.
Like ever, like even like with Pele rules, every goal counts.
And how old are you?
1, and I was. I mean, to be, this is
You've
from my
scored,
career.
just to be clear.
At Sunday League, we're playing for Skem United. I played from the age of maybe 6 till the age of like 11. I was in goal for a lot of it, but then I started falling out of favour. But then you can't just make a kid wake up at 6 a.m. and then make them watch as the backup goalkeeper.
Yeah, being a sub-keeper in Sunday League might be the worst thing ever.
So they were like, Harry, how about you go on the pitch? And this was this was the writing on the wall a little bit. Like
Harry, come on.
A couple of weeks later, my dad was like, "You're never going back there again." And like I was good.
No, you went.
No, in goal, I was good. Oh. The problem was though, it was because of I think it was the epilepsy and stuff like that. The parents would have to shout my name when the ball was coming towards me because I was just like looking off half the time.
Don't blame the epilepsy, mate. You were shite.
No, I was again confabulated. I made a Gordon Banks-esque save that my dad tells me about.
Harry, you are 20...
24.
And you've scored...
And you've scored one goal.
Yeah, and I think it was with my hand as well. But it was against, so we were 3-0 up against, when you played like Sunday League and there was that team that always had like some ginger kid with goggles. Goggles. We were playing against Lormac that were like the goggles team. And
the blind school.
and I took the centre for the second half, and then the fella ran down the wing and crossed it in, and I like hit me on my chest, and then I just punched it.
Fucking hell.
And it counted.
Yeah, because I was really I could have just done anything, but I was so used to using my hands. I punched
You've
it.
never scored a goal.
I punched it, and they were like, he's just punched it, but the referee was like,
Oh, let him off.
Yeah.
You should have been playing for the other team. Do you reckon?
no, because I was good in goal.
Right.
I was just a bit like Rennie Higuita.
You were
like, just had to
so
let
good
me
in goal that you were the backup goalkeeper. I was a brilliant goalkeeper.
It was. Do you know what? It was bollocks because I was good and then the new goalkeeper came in and he was the son of the mate of the manager, and it was nepotism.
They still say at Scum United that no one's ever put cones out like you.
You know, my biggest regret.
Have you scored like goals like in the street?
Well, where's the goals in the? I've been saving stuff in the street.
No, like
Where-
the path, like the.
I will have scored like with jumpers for goal posts, yeah. But in a goal,
In like
The
quote
one.
unquote
Oh, I
organised
genuinely
football.
thought,
One
like
goal
in your
ever.
entire life, including like just playing jumpers for goalposts, you'd scored one goal.
No, he scored 8.
Because I mean, like we had a goal in the garden.
Right.
Yeah, and you
that
kept
doesn't
missing.
count.
Playing on
does
your
it?
own, not scoring.
So you need like league goals.
Yeah, it like goes on me Wikipedia. I've got one. And ironically as well, because I signed for that during COVID, I signed for that Zimbabwean football team.
What?
I
Come on,
told you
catch,
this.
keep on.
I told you this.
This was a while ago, Harry.
Yeah, but I have told you this though. I signed for a Zimbabwean football team during COVID.
Right.
Because
It's mad, innit? How you like you couldn't go within 2 meters of your friend, but you can go and play football in fucking
Oh no,
Zimbabwe.
I've never been to Zimbabwe, but they
Oh.
announced me as a signing
Tiny
Why?
temper there.
because I was
He asked them
because we were doing journalism at uni,
Got a new striker in, boys.
and they just stopped.
He scores one goal every 325 games.
via Zoom.
one goal every life.
And
Fucking zoomed
This
in.
was a
header.
Dell laptop in the 6-yard box. But so COVID had stopped the Prem, so we wanted to report on leagues that were still going on in the world, and the Zimbabwean league has teams called like Chicken in FC and Triangle United. So we were like, we need to interview these, and we got dead
3
close.
points.
We did, got dead close to the team called Bulawayo Chiefs.
Right.
And they were like, eventually the Zimbabwean league closed, and then they just announced me and this lad Adam, who I went to the States with.
The
as,
lad in
like,
the year
fakes.
above.
Different Adam.
Oh, right.
Many Adams in my life. And signed us. They announced us on Twitter. Like, it wasn't real. I didn't fly over there with an agent and sign a thing, but they sent me a shirt, but it was too small. I can wear the shirt one day, but it'll look like a muscle fit. But yeah. So really, I've played for Scum United and then a Zimbabwean Premier League team, and I've still only scored one goal.
Do you reckon you've scored more than 10,000 goals?
Oh. No.
I do.
In the same way that
I mean,
he
like,
has.
like if you play with your mates.
Oh,
like,
100
Not
p. The
league
kids
goals.
are saying now. No, I mean like organised
goals.
football from Cubs to Vets, which is what I've played.
Yeah. And even in the street with your mates, you've definitely scored over
Yeah.
10,000 goals.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've probably done that like on one goal.
One Sunday.
10,000.
That's a lot. How many did Pele score? 1,000.
Here's a question. Do you think you've played footy 1,000 times?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yes. We used to play every day, and we play 3 games a day. Like
Yeah, I've scored 10. I'm thinking about I've scored 10 every day after school for 2 hours, at least.
Yeah.
And then because I went to a shit college, because I left sixth form and went to a shit college, we had 2-hour lunches. We used to play 5s for 2 hours. Yeah.
To win a big game of knockout, you needed 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what a question. I'd love a definitive. That's my thing. Do you know what I want? Stats for life.
On your deathbed or like the second you die. There's no afterlife. Don't need that. Just you die. And right, you're dead, lad. You've got like 4 minutes and you can ask any stat you want.
Oh, how many
You've got
litres
4
of
minutes to
petrol
ask
have
me
I ever
whatever you
put in
wanna
my
know.
car?
Say that again.
How many litres of petrol have I ever put in my car? Like just stats, just life stats.
How many Kinder Buenos have you ever eaten?
Yeah, just stats for everything.
But they don't give you everything. You've got to ask.
How many times have I waved someone? It's not been them, so I've done that. Like at least 9 in my life.
How many games of knockouts I've won? Because I think in a 3-year period, I didn't lose.
Do you reckon in the all-time leaderboard?
And I
you're
mean,
up there?
knockouts, not knockout pairs, they kind of sway the stats.
Yeah.
Because if you were both good, it was easy. Mate, winning the game of knockouts, wow.
What's my all-time wins to lost bare ass record? How many times was I on the wall? How many times was I kicking?
Oh, yeah.
This is what
I think the
we
hit rate's
need.
quite low, though. for
Might be a
bare-ass.
wish. That might be another wish.
How many times have I perfectly cooked a piece of meat? Like,
Yeah.
without checking the temperature.
Exactly.
How many
This is
times
what
did
I
I
mean.
get chicken to be perfectly cooked and juicy without being a second drier than it needed to be?
Percentage of things thrown at bin that's gone in.
Oh, exactly. See, this might be a
You're on
wish.
above 70-80% there, don't you? But it won't be.
This might be another wish. I might have to just keep the dick I've got. Yeah, it might have to. That's a great one.
All-time stats.
All-time life stats. Any stat you want. How many haircuts do you reckon you've had?
Average speed.
Of walking?
Yeah.
Oh my
Does
God.
that include standing still and being in bed? Because then
No,
it's
when
like,
you're moving, your average speed.
What's your average speed? Fuck.
mine's low.
If I was convicted of every crime I've ever committed, how long would I have spent in jail?
Yeah, you'd be dead.
Oh, yeah. Comment below the stats you'd like to
How
hear.
many times have you got a litter, do you reckon, for it to make it serve a prison sentence?
I don't know. Depends where, doesn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, on like...
But like, how many times have I like been doing fucking 110 miles an hour in a 30
How many girls...
at school pickup time?
How many girls have been outside have looked at me and gone, fit him?
I'd love to know that.
Yeah. How many women could I have fucked if I knew everyone that wanted to fuck me wanted to fuck me?
Yeah.
How many girls have gone, I fit him?
How many girls were in the year above Harry at school?
2.
6,
There was 7 people.
7.
Yeah.
So, no, yes, no.
It wasn't just one
six,
lad with like fucking a hammy
Yeah,
of
6
girls.
Yeah, it was 6 girls.
Do you know
one
what's
lad.
mad? You won't know this, but they worked out how many lads were in the year above by how many goals you'd scored in your career. If you were better at footy, you'd have had more role models to look up to.
How many times have I slept with someone and at that time that was the best sex they'd ever had? Like, not that they couldn't have better afterwards.
Oh,
but, like
mate,
in
look.
that moment where like that was like the best for them.
How many times was I in the top 100 in the world for bags of crisps eaten that day?
Yeah.
I reckon I've knocked it off a few times.
Yeah.
You know.
This-
How many, like, what was the biggest poo I ever did? Like, world ranking.
What's my total poo kilogram weight? I honestly reckon I'm in the top 5% of all time.
All time, it's 32.
Here's a good one. If you never spent,
Messi.
if you've
Been doing it since he was 12, isn't it?
if you've never spent a penny in your life
How much
and you
money would you have?
accumulated every bit of money you ever found or earned or was given, how much money would you have?
Do you know what I worked out the other day? So if your dad, you call your dad number 1, and you call your granddad number 2,
Yeah.
and your great granddad number 3.
What number am I?
No, right. So you'd be 0.
Oh yeah, shit.
Right?
Sorry.
So your dad's 1, granddad's 2, great granddad's 3, and so on. If they all, going back forever, earned 100 grand a year, every year from the age of 20 to retiring at 65, if you went back all the way to 5,777, and added every penny they ever earned together up, you still wouldn't have as much money as Elon Musk made yesterday.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
If you went back to sort of like minus 500 BC or whatever it was and earned 10 grand a day, you wouldn't have as much as Elon Musk.
It's mad. Like I love those mad facts like that. Like the Cleopatra one's my favourite fact of all time.
So
She's
she
coming
saw,
at you.
She saw Shrek. Greatest fact of all.
No, Cleopatra was born closer to the invention of the iPad than the building of the pyramids.
Rosa Parks saw Shrek.
Do you know Rosa Parks' husband had a car?
No, can we just say,
Oh, yeah,
Rosa
the-
Parks was alive after Shrek came out. We don't know definitively.
Nah,
that
she was
saw Shrek.
She was in The View.
I think
Sat at the back. She was like, my eyes are fucked here. Can I sit at the front? They were like, nah.
Someone like Roy Hodgson's older than sliced bread. That's a fact. And the Burnabout.
But I did a bit on stage once where June Brown had died that day that I had a gig at Hot Water, and John Riley. I was like, "What's June Brown?" And she was older than penicillin.
I'm allergic to it as well.
I can't remember who it was, but it was someone like Jermaine Defoe lived in the same lifetime as Pablo Picasso.
Yeah.
Because Picasso died in the 70s or something.
Have you seen there's like 4 players where their careers overlap and you can get from like the start of football till now or something stupid. It's not 4, but there's.
Hasn't it ended now?
Oh, has it? I thought Ronaldo.
Buffon was one of them, wasn't it?
Buffon was, smashing it. And like, it might have been Peter Shilton who started in the 60s or something. And it was like, there wasn't many players that you could.
The lineage.
Yeah, the lineagio.
There's a, like, I
Gary
seen something
Lineage.
last week. There's a fella alive now whose granddad served in the first American cabinet because, like, his
You let him
granddad.
out.
Oh no, he was the second.
It was John Tyler.
Yeah.
John
Yeah.
Tyler was the president of the United States. and
His
he was the
grandson
third.
is alive now.
Yeah,
And his pictures in
third
black
ever
and white.
American president has got a living grandchild. That's how
Maybe he's
young
not,
America
maybe he's
is.
not fit, but yeah, he's. I
Because,
think
like-
John Tyler was born when America was founded, so it's only 3
So they had like
generations
old kids, and now their kids are really old. Like they've got to the end.
Yeah.
And his granddad was born like 1810 or something.
Isn't that fucking insane?
That's mad.
You know, Nintendo was founded when Jack the Ripper was on the loose.
Yeah, have you, those Japanese companies, Kikkoman's was founded like when Henry VIII was about or something.
Like a belt of soy sauce. Then.
Yeah, it's the best. It's elite soy sauce. It's the goat soy sauce.
Oh, that wasn't racism, Adam. They
No.
kick him in as a boss soy sauce.
It's the
with
goat.
the red lid and the pony.
Yeah, it's the goat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see?
It's
yeah.
not only the goat,
Fair
it's the
play.
boat. That's the thing. People, that needs to be a discussion that people need to have.
Is that Drake who started that?
No, well, there's goats and boats. So, like, if you want to put it to football, like, you could argue, not now, but like maybe 3 years ago, that like Giggs is the GOAT of the Premier League,
But he's not the best.
but he's not the boat, yeah. He's not the best player, but he's the greatest player. He's won 13 leagues. He's like the
Oh, in
most
terms of
assists.
physical, like he's
Like
won
greatness and the bet. That's why it's never an argument when people go, "Oh, he's the GOAT." Like
So is LeBron the GOAT
Yeah,
then?
because like the greatest ever manager for
Possibly.
Liverpool is probably Bob Paisley because of what he won. But
Yeah.
the best manager is Shankly.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's GOAT.
Like
goats and
Shankly
boats.
didn't win as much, but he was the better manager. But he is, you know, his haul is not as yeah. Because you can't really like claim Steven Gerrard, and I know this is a divisive debate. He's not the greatest Premier League midfielder, but you could argue that he was the best because he was arguably the best at it, but he didn't win as much. So he
Scholes is
can't
the
be.
GOAT then, but he isn't. He's not the boat.
Depends who
What's
you
your
asked,
estimate,
doesn't it? Loads of people
If you
say
ask
it
United
is.
fans, they will say Scholes.
But it's not just United fans. I think if we're getting into this, and I don't want to, but
Luckily, we've only got 45 seconds of this section left.
I always think it depends what type of, you know, when the players say, it's always the similar type of, like, Iniesta will say Scholes is the best. Whereas, like,
Then Zidane say
Vieira
Gerrard
might
was the
say that, Zidane's literally said everyone's
He
the
said
best.
all of them, yeah.
Oh, do you like that? Yeah.
Yeah. Although, like, if we're going to end in like 10 seconds, it's two. It's Scholes and Gerrard. There's no Lampard in this debate. Like, he scored deflected shots from outside the box. Like, I'm not having it. Like,
They're all different players.
yeah, but I don't think in my head, he's not a midfielder. So anyway, it is a Scholes and Gerrard debate. And I genuinely think that all the Xavi type, I'll just sit here and go bing, 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 and I can do that and I can do that, will go Scholes. And all the people are like, I can do everything, me. I'll run and score headers and everything. We'll say Gerrard. Goats and boats.
Boats and hoes.
Let's get John Lynn.
Yeah, let's go and get Johnny Lynn. He'll be in 2 hours.
Not for you, though.
No?
Now then, ladies and gents, time to talk about my absolute favourite sponsor. It's NordVPN.
Favourite sponsor?
Love
Well,
him.
that's good, that. Because
Love
at when they first came on board, you were like, I don't even know what a VPN is. And now they're your favourite sponsor.
I thought they were brand new. Sorry. What's a VPN?
What's a VPN?
Yeah.
It's a way to up your internet security and also to change the location that your laptop or computer thinks it's in.
Oh, so you could watch Netflix in Botswana.
Yeah, but you could watch it in the UK and just have your laptop think it's in Botswana.
Oh, you don't have
so
to
you
go
get
to
Botswana
Botswana.
Netflix.
Ah, yeah, that's the
It's like a
mistake.
digital travel thing.
I've
you know
been
what I mean?
wasting money on flights to Botswana.
And we've got an offer for our listeners. If you go to nordvpn.com/have-a-word, you get an extra 4 months when you sign up for the 2-year plan and 20 gigabytes of eSIM data. So you can go, if you go on holiday, you know, like so often you can get like charged for using your phone abroad. Like
in Botswana.
if you go physically to Botswana,
Yeah.
then they'll give you 20 gigabytes to use while you're on your holidays.
Amazing. You need VPNs in your life.
Better security, and there's loads of films on all the different streaming platforms that are limited to certain countries. Find out what country that they're showing your film in and just sign up and then be like, oh, I'll use my NordVPN. And here we are. We're in Mozambique.
NordVPN.com/have-a-word.
Go and watch Madagascar in Madagascar, but from the comfort of your nan's living room.
Oh my God, yes.
Did I mention on the last one? Did I talk about me boots?
I don't know, John. I wasn't here. John Lynn's here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we are.
I pressed it ages ago.
Bit of production there.
Delighted to have you in. I missed you last time, and what were you asking there? Did you mention your boots last time?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I talked about them the last
Go
time.
on, give me a little brief synopsis, and I'll say yes or no.
Well, because I was just thinking, whenever I'm back here, I always think about the crack here, right?
Oh, yeah, some kid walked past you and said...
No, I was going through Dublin Airport.
Yeah.
Did I mention that the last time? All right, Grant. I'm sorry, boys.
You might be the best on the circuit for boots chat.
For boots, yeah, I love my boots, man.
Get Lynn on, he'll chat some boots.
Yeah, you boys are the trainers. I'm the classy one. I'm a boot guy.
No, Rowe lives
boots and coats now.
Rowe lives with someone else now.
He's bringing them back.
I'm boots. Hey, I'm the only bootsman in my gaff as well.
The only bootsman?
I'm the only bootsman in fucking Eggborough, mate.
They look like they're going to rub them.
Only gay in the village.
How are you?
I'm great, boys. I'm great. Delighted to be back. Just looking at a dog on a table, eating crisps.
We normally have a dog sitter, but she's...
With a gnome giving me the finger.
She's a witness in the trial that is Dan's, obviously got some stuff going on, which why he's not here. And she needs to be a character witness for the prosecutor. So, last time I said, I told you this last night. You stayed in mine last night.
I did. And thank you very much for that.
I told
He's
you
a
that...
very gentle kisser.
Was it clean? Was it clean, John?
It was, well, his bedroom was, yeah.
He stayed in the clothes room.
Yeah. I actually literally sleep in the laundry room with the dehumidifier going all night. And I was like, I never thought I'd end up kipping in Rose Jock's room. And literally like getting me 8 hours in while looking at his underpants dry. I was like, I've hit it.
Actually, John, they're my housemate's underpants. I don't clean my own underpants. A man in Verzachley does it for me.
You might have had the messiest room I've ever seen when we lived together at one point.
That is not true. It's not true.
I think
and also,
so.
I think you've got an absolute cheek when you recount our time living together.
No,
How do you know
I mean,
what
don't
rooms
get me
he's
wrong.
seen?
I'm
What?
messy as well.
How do you know what rooms he's seen?
Yeah, I know.
Because I've
yeah.
also seen the room he was in.
No,
He's not tidy, you
No,
know.
absolutely not. Which
He is not tidy.
Absolutely
he
not.
He makes me look like Mary Antoinette. Who
No.
I've heard was tidy.
Because I also stayed in that house. And you know what I remember from it? You boys would never do the washing up. That was
No, I would do the washing up.
You would do...
No, you wouldn't.
I'm waiting for Jack to talk.
See? Yeah, we live with other people, so they tended to do it.
Yeah, because when I crashed with you,
flatmate
had
was a girl.
Dan,
It's
had
his job,
Dan
innit?
moved out?
What?
Did Nightingale move out?
Yeah,
and
you
then
stayed there
moved
in like
Yeah.
different stages.
I was
It's so
there. I was
incestuous
there
to say.
before the laugh in went.
Yeah.
So that was.
I was there when you stayed over that night.
Yeah,
I stayed
right.
over. I don't know why, but I was in yours that night.
You came over to watch Harry Potter.
Did I?
Genuinely, that's what.
Sick.
We all
Sounds
just
like
had
me.
a little duvet day watching Harry Potter on a Sunday.
I've totally forgot that.
Yeah, man, I never. It's a core memory for me.
Yeah.
The core
We'll
memory
always
for me
have
of that
Harry.
gaff is the 3 a.m. roast dinner for
Mate.
McGregor Aldo, and I missed the fucking knockout because I was cutting into a roast potato.
It's a good, yeah.
You're not the only one who did
Do you remember when I thought you were dead? But you were just asleep in your room. I thought I couldn't. You'd like your phone was off. I was banging on your door. You'd like, and you was in there. But
Was I hungover?
yeah.
That's why I don't remember
I
that.
thought you were dead though. And then I went in your room and it looked like one of them, them apps, the games on your phone where you have to like find things, like the hidden things. Do you know what I mean? Do you know, you like press it, you like find a broken key and you're like, oh, it's there under the box set of Link's Africa. It was just like you had a broken drawer.
Listen, we all have broken drawers sometimes, mate, you know? Can't be just going around with, sorry, Mr. Millionaire here with his fixed drawers.
So do you guys ever miss those days when you lived together?
Yeah, it was class.
Yeah,
We lived with
yeah.
another like, he'd ring me at be like a Saturday night. I'd have been doing Hot Water or one of the other 3 gigs I was booked for at the time. And he'd be coming back from somewhere, he'd be like midnight, and he'd be like, hey, I'm starving. Do you want to meet me at the gate? And we go and have an Indian at like midnight. Because you're on comics time. No one
Yeah.
else on comics time,
Yeah.
are they?
Yeah.
But I said to you last night that I checked from when you were last on, you spoke about Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, yeah.
And the clip had had like nearly 1 million views because he like exposed Leonardo DiCaprio for being a bit of a Lothario. And
It was breaking news.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure. Like,
That's why I think of more of myself as an investigative journalist.
is that death threats, you know?
You've had death threats
Is
from
that
it?
death threats from Leo superfans?
Man, I got all these messages like people going, "Who the fuck are you to say anything about Leo? He's a legend. You're a nothing. If we ever see you," all this madness. But I also got one dude going on about I was such a dick because I was drinking Moretti. Remember, I was drinking cans of Moretti, and I got to say, "Look at you. You think you're brilliant with your Moretti? Fuck you." And I really thought, I was like, man, this has got to be some of the lads winding me up or whatever. But then you get another one like a bit later. It was crazy, man. Like,
Is that your first experience of online hate?
yeah, well, I like half the reason I never went through the online stuff was at the start of it. I remember doing like the Apprentice show in Ireland, you know, and you do the panel and talk about them, whatever. And man, it went really well, and they were like, "Oh, we'll bring you back." And then I stupidly did the thing of looking at all the comments, and the hate, man, the hate. I got like, that guy's voices, they sounds like all this shit.
his fucking boots are shit.
It just freaked me out, man. So I kind of like backtracked off all of that. But it was funny. I spoke to my mate about it, and he was like, "Answer them. Get a bit of crack out of it." You know what I mean? So I started answering them like, "Thanks so much for your feedback, man." Like saying it as if they loved me. And then they'd get more antagonistic. And I kept just doing it till they stopped, you know?
Do you know what I've done a couple of times? I'll get like a proper horrible one on Twitter and I just DM them and I go, "Hey mate, obviously if you're sending stuff like that to people you don't know on the internet, you must be having a really difficult time, and
Yeah.
I hope it all clears up for you, and you know, whatever's causing you this pain in your life, sort yourself out." And they always immediately crumble. And they're like, "Do you know what, mate? I've been bang out of order there. Like, thank you so much. I am having a bad few weeks." It's completely... To
And
be
then knowing
overly
you-
nice to someone who's been a cunt to you.
You should then call them a shit out.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Knowing you then, once you got them like opening up, you'd be like, "And that's why no one loves you. You're going to die alone in a cave. Fuck you."
You seen what Hayley Ellis does?
No.
So when it's a shit comment, I think it's Hayley, she comments, so someone goes, "Oh, this isn't even funny." She'll just comment, "Thank you for signing up to the Hayley Ellis fan club newsletter. Please write stop to unsubscribe." And then it's just some fucking gammon going, "Stop." "I'm sorry, this didn't register at this time. Please reply." It's just this dickhead underneath. She goes, "Stop." People who defend celebrities, though, are the worst people, I think.
Man, there was one guy messaged me and he was like, "I work down at the marina and I see Leo going and he brings guests," like this big detailed madness. And then he was like, "You made that up to try and get close to Leo.
Yeah, it's-
you know, you're nothing, he's everything." All this madness. And I was like, dude, why would you give that much
It's
of
happening.
a shit?
It's happening at the minute with Musk. Like someone goes, "Oh, Twitter's shit," and they're like, "Oh, so was dudes going, yeah, how many cars have you invented?" Like, or whatever.
yeah.
And it's people who think that.
It's also like define invented, because when I was a kid, I done some Jordans, mate.
Yeah.
I reckon if they count, I've done well more than he has.
And he put a knife in a cardboard box. Didn't you? Robot Wars.
Yeah, built a robot for Robot Wars with my granddad,
What was it called?
Adam.
Oh, right, yeah. So.
John, your voice was in my house the other day.
My what?
Your voice.
My voice.
Yeah, and it was
just,
all-
was it just in your head, Carl?
It could only have been yours. I was watching a very legal football stream that was coming from Ireland, and you were on an advert.
Oh, yeah. Well, I used to do a lot of those voiceovers, but...
It was definitely you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What was the advert for?
I can't remember. It was...
I bet you I know what it was for.
Really good marketing.
No, because it
That's what they want. Don't worry about the product, as long
Yeah,
as they recognise that's
well, no, I
John
was
Lynn.
on my phone because
It
was
looked
our
shit, but it sounded lovely.
And I went, "That's John Lynn," and then the advert finished. But I
Yeah.
heard your voice.
Well, I remember once... did you was Harry still around when you guys, me dog, like that Labrador, Harry? I don't know whether I brought him up here, but anyway, he used to come with me all the time, and I remember rocking out. I was the voice of Irish Ferries, and I always got Stena Line, but then I was being the voice of Irish Ferries. They gave me a load of cash, and I went, "I better use Irish Ferries." And then I rock up to get there, and they go, "You can't bring dogs on here." So I had to miss a load of gigs, bring the dog back to draw it. I had to get a friend of mine to come out to pick me up. And when I was in the car driving away, losing a shitload of work, I come on the radio telling myself Irish ferries were the best ferry in the Irish Sea. Then I'm screaming at myself in the radio, no, you're fucking not. You don't take dogs. Fuck you.
But it would have been worse though if you'd go, no, you can't have dogs. Listen, we've got this message, and it's you going, please do not bring your dogs on. You're like, fuck, I've actually topped. Apologies for that accent, by the way.
That was American as well.
Irish American.
Yeah. I mean, you could have just checked before you took the dog all the way to the...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I
That'd
know.
have been a good idea, wouldn't
But I
it?
just presumed, because it was like, they go from nearly the same spot. I just presumed it was the same thing. And man.
Like, I love you to bits, but like, you do get lost and stuff, don't you? Like last night. So last night, I cycled to hot water. We did hot water together, and I was like, right, give me 40 minutes to get home.
Yeah.
Like, so give it 20 minutes, order a taxi, and then we'll get home at the same time. He got talking to a few people after the show. So he messages me, I think it was at like 10 to 11.
Yeah.
He goes, I've just finished talking to some people after the show. I'm going to get an Uber now. An hour later, he still wasn't there.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to ring him on Instagram because I haven't got his phone number.
No one's got his phone number.
No, he doesn't have a phone number. He just
An international
he
man of mystery.
whenever he needs to make a phone call. But I'm like, where
They
the
can't
fuck is he?
tame me. I'm a wild horse. If you know what I mean, you close that gate, I'm kicking it down. Build that wall, I'm jumping over it. You know,
follow
put
me
out a
on
few
Instagram.
oats, I'll come in for a nibble, but you can't constrain me. No one's getting the number. No one.
He had my address and he'd been stood outside the hotel next to my flat for 45 minutes and then was just on Egbert Road, just walking up and down.
Yeah, I may have had a few
And that's mad
drinks.
because I live in Highton.
Yeah, nowhere near yours. You had a few
I
drinks.
was embarrassed then, and I was like, I gotta be able to find this house, man. I have the address. I was walking around, and yeah, I must have walked by it about 4 times. And then I saw it's the side of the building. I was going to different sides, and then I gave up and was like, come and get me, Adam.
He had to use a battery pack to charge his American phone to ring me off his American phone because his British one had died.
Mental. How many phones have you got, John?
2.
Right, okay.
American one, and yeah, because do you like when that pops up? It's West Hollywood on it.
Yeah, I literally thought, hang on, Netflix have thought twice here. They're gone, do you know what? Don't put it out, we'll have it. I was like, oh,
That's why I
John.
keep it.
It was Leonardo DiCaprio. Tell John Lynn he's a cunt.
Yeah. You know what that? Cut it out, Leo. I made you look like a god. Shut your mouth. That's the other thing that with all the hate, I was like, man, he looks like a cool fucker. What if I'd have gone on and said actually something sinister?
Like what?
Yeah, like, I don't know, he fucking, he's a Tom Binns or, you know what I mean? Who knows?
It is quite sinister what he does, though, or what he did. That is sinister.
I don't know, man. There's like shaggers, all right, once they're not sex pests, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
like,
suppose, as long as it's all above board.
yeah, and like, it was fun. I wouldn't envy it because I do remember going in with these lads. They were big entrepreneurs or whatever into this real fancy club in LA. And DiCaprio's at the back of the room. But he's hiding down there. Like, they bring him in a side door. He's a hoodie on. And I was asking the security guys, because I kind of got to know them. I was like, what's the story there? And they were like, oh, people will go absolutely fucking crazy. And if it gets out that he's here, there'll be lines of people forming out the back. And it gets all intense. So he's to be incognito everywhere he goes, man. I was like, well, that's going to send you a bit fucking weird, isn't it? And
Nobody wants that.
what helps with that weirdness? A woman half your age.
Is there anybody at any point in your life, right, where you'd have been that excited? Like, where if you'd heard there's somewhere you'd have gone? Has there ever been anyone for you? Like, even, let's say from the age 16 up, because kids don't really count. So from 16 upwards, is there a famous person where if you'd have heard, hey, guess who's down?
Elvis.
Having a...
Yeah, because he's dead.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be pretty
I would have
shocking.
been there, mate.
Would you?
Are we talking a Ouija board or what?
No, there's
So I said to you, like, guess who's at Pret a Manger having an almond croissant? Who would that have to be for you to race to Pret a Manger?
I don't think there's anybody.
I went to Ashton to see Emerson Boyce, former FA Cup winning captain from Barbados.
Emerson Boyce.
Yeah, and I mean, I'd do it.
You
for
don't need
Wigan.
to know who he is, John.
You do. One of the best right backs of all time.
Are we talking, what's this, football?
We're talking shit, John. Is what we're
No,
doing.
we're not. We're talking Barbadian legend Emerson Boyce. Wigan Athletic ladies manager, Emerson Boyce. I went to Ashton upon Makefield
Ladies
and I met him.
manager.
Did he say higher?
Yeah.
Did he not go, I heard you only scored 1 goal in your career, you shite lad?
I probably scored about the same amount as Emerson Boyce.
Fair dues.
There's nobody.
What about Drake for you?
No. I can fuck about
What?
You love Drake?
Since when?
That's such a diss, that. That's a great insult, that.
listen
Just
to him,
in
yeah,
company, just telling someone that they don't even like you. Hey, you like Drake, don't you? Tell me how much you like Drake, and then just leaving it. And everyone's like, go on, Carl, tell me about...
Okay, if Luke Combs was in Brit a Manger, would you go?
100%, yeah. I'd put my cowboy hat on and me fucking denim
You'd think
jacket.
you were a bad cunt.
He wouldn't. He'd think I'm really
He'd be
cool.
like, why Zach Dingle come down here?
By the way, if we can bond over Emmerdale, then that is fucking class, by the way.
I just meant you look like Zach Dingle with your cowboy hat on doing the hillbilly rock.
Would you really dress up as him?
What?
Because I didn't put a Barbados International kit on and go see
He's
Emerson
not
Boyce.
dressing up
Did you not
as
black
him.
up?
He is.
It's only...
Listen, it's me.
No, I would go down, though.
Would you?
Like, if you told me right
When
now...
he's having a bevy in the scramble with his family and you're like, hey, Luke.
No, I just wouldn't do that.
Yeah, but
That's
what would
the
you
bit
do?
that-
Just look through the window? Would you disturb him if he was...
I'd just go and stand near him.
You know Barack Obama?
Yeah. Like,
Because he's like one of the most famous people ever.
yeah.
It'd
But
have to
Leonardo
be-
DiCaprio wouldn't be asked.
Yeah.
He's a fucking actor. He's not the first black president of the United States, is he?
It'd have to be someone that you think you could get on with. You couldn't just go and see them.
Yeah.
You'd have to go in the hope that you can then be mates with them, I think. I
See,
think
in my
that's-
head, though, that's why I would go if Luke Combs was there, because the only reason we're not best mates is he hasn't met me.
So that's what, yeah. So have you heard my theory that, like, I had, not a theory, but there was a genuine time that I thought if I saw her, I'd have a good crack at Rihanna. Like, in my head, I'd be like, the thing is, I've mentioned this before on other stuff, but I was like, I don't think she'd just tell you to fuck off straight away.
Go on, so Rihanna's in Pret a Manger. You think you've got a chance at what?
Yeah,
Talking to her?
if she like dropped an unnamed fruit, and I was like, oh, you've dropped that, there you go, and she'd be like, oh, and then we'd just be chatting away. I genuinely think like she wouldn't be like, oh, look at you, peasant, and have a chat with her.
But you think she's cool?
Yeah, and then I think I could.
If she said unnamed peasant, you just throw her fucking fruit back on the
You know
floor.
what I mean?
mate.
But there are people that'd be like that wouldn't. Basically,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, I think she'd be sound enough to like, she'd
She'd have a chat with you.
give you like 5 minutes, and
He's
then
also from Barbados.
yeah, so you could chat about Emerson Boyce.
Yeah. She'll know who Emerson
You're
Boyce
like,
is.
do you know Emerson Boyce? You'd be like, MOB.
Like, are you a Wigan fan? Do you want to fuck me?
But I always, obviously not, but there was like a time between like maybe 2000 and
Is it you at your
11.
coolest?
no, I just always thought that like where some celebrities wouldn't even look at you. I think she'd always like, basically she wouldn't look at you and go, oh, no, she'd let you have a 5 minutes to try and
you
then in
think-
that 5 minutes, I think
You could get
by
on.
my sheer force of personality, she'd be on it.
So here's my question, right? So let's say, we'll stick with Pret a Manger.
Can I just say I don't believe that now? That was a,
Oh, she's a bitch now.
No, there was a point in time where I thought that
Okay.
it was a brief thing.
Okay. So imagine this, right? So it's back then. You walk past the Liverpool branch of Pret a Manger,
Yeah.
right? And you just look in and you're like, is that Rihanna having an unnamed fruit, right?
Rihanna.
Rihanna.
She having a banana?
So Rihanna's there, right? Would you? And there's no security. She's just enjoying a little hair time in Liverpool. She's reading a book. She's reading Malcolm Gladwell's Outliers.
The secret.
The only book in your car.
Yeah.
And I'm reading The Game. That's why I think I've got.
So, do you think at that point, and you know she's single because like 2 months before it was in the news that she broke up with someone.
Yeah.
You know she's single.
ASAP Rocky.
Do you think you would have gone up and spoke to her? Do you think you'd have had the bottle to go up and be like, hey, girl?
I genuinely
get under
think,
this
right,
umbrella.
and I'm not just flexing here. At that time, say we're all single or whatever, I genuinely think I would rather just try that than like some girl from Chester that I fancy that you're going to have to see again. You're like, fuck it, I may as well like have like what's going to happen? She's never going to remember me. She's not going to be like at some party. She's not going to be at the Rock Nation brunch being like, oh, it was in Pret a Manger in Wigan. And this guy like fucking tried it on. Like she was not going to remember that.
Emerson Boyce.
So yeah, like I think I would. I think I wouldn't like, but I'd just chat to her. I wouldn't be scared of her going fuck off.
you reckon you'd have a chance with Rihanna, John?
Yes.
No.
You don't look like a
I don't. I do remember I was like, while you boys were talking there, before I went to LA, I was like, I'm going to need more money. So I went back doing a bit of sub-teaching, and I ended up in this real posh school by Camden. Like, it's like 40 grand a year for these little kids. So they're all crazy little rich kids. And I really didn't want to be seen doing it, you know what I mean? Like, I was like keeping it on the down low. And this lady came in, and I was like, oh man. So this school was that posh, you had to sign off the kids to their guardians or their parents at the door at the end of school. And it was really crazy. I remember having them for class, and I was like, if you do this, you can go on the internet for 50 minutes. And they started showing each other their holiday homes. And these little 11-year-olds were like, oh, Papa loves the lodge in the woods, but Mommy is such a beach girl. And showing the villa in Spain and shit. But this woman came in to pick up her kid, and I was like, I recognise her. And I was like, shit, is she a casting agent or a producer or something? And I was like, hi. And she's real friendly, and I was chatting away, and I was like, oh man, I'm rumbled, you know. And I turned to my teaching assistant, I said, I think I definitely know that woman. Is she a TV producer? What's she do? The one looks at me and goes, that's Sporty Spice. I was like, I was really, hey, how's it going? And she was just been nice.
I love that, like, that can't have been that long ago, and she was still Sporty Spice in a professional capacity.
Is she a scout or a wall?
She's from Cronton, I think.
Runcorn?
Oh, she
Straight out of
Runcorn, yeah.
Croydon.
She's supposed to be very sound. She gave that TA proper, I don't know, one of them Louis Vuitton bags or something to thank her for looking after her kids. They bitched about everyone in there except old Sporty Spice. She was my
popular
Spice
girl once I was an adult. Like, when I was younger, it was Jerry.
Really? Really, yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, why?
I don't know.
Do you
Sporty
think?
Spice, not for me.
No, she was in Jesus Christ Superstar. She was
That's why.
boss.
That's where
Yeah.
That's where she bloomed for you.
yeah, I
This
just
is
want to
how you-
fuck God. That's what it is.
And
This
what
is how
was
you
it?
know
Was it-
no one really likes Sporty Spice, because everyone used to say the same thing. They'd be like, oh, which one do you like? And they'd be like, well, Sporty Spice is the best singer. Like, that's all anyone would ever say. They'd be like, oh.
But like, once she wasn't sporty anymore, she was fit. Like, once she did that
Yeah.
one with Bryan Adams.
She's aged well.
baby,
yeah.
when you're gone.
Yeah, that one.
Get that, by the way.
That was Mel
Fucking
C, yeah.
tune.
Melanie
But like, when I was a
Chisholm.
kid, like, I think the start of my, so I have like a bit of a fantasy with like dress up, you know, like any sort of like fucking, hey, I'm a nurse, but you're not getting tested, you're getting fucked, like that sort
What
of
about
stuff.
furries? Are you into that?
No, that's too far.
It's too far.
Very
That's
But I
Spice.
think I think that started with Jerry Halliwell in the.
I was
Union
going to say, I
Jack.
thought it was started with Sporties, but I'll put a pair of fucking Adidas pop-offs on and the 1996 Liverpool away shirts.
Ooh. She dressed up as a soldier who's died at war.
No, I don't think you've seen Soldiers Who've Died at War. Just because it's like a, she looks like she's in fancy dress, doesn't she? Jerry Halliwell in the Spice Girls. When she's in that like Union Jack thing, and her hair was like big and mad and ginger, it looks like a costume. Even
Is
though
that
she's
not
just being
because,
herself.
in hindsight now, everyone has gone as that, as fancy dress?
That's possible
So
too.
therefore, that becomes fancy dress.
Yeah.
That is a fancy dress ring out now, isn't it? I mean, it
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
back
yeah.
then.
Yeah, the nursing thing never did it for me. My mum's a nurse.
Same.
Yeah, so it was
That's
always
why it
lads
does it
to
for me,
go,
though.
that I'd be going, that's not right. That's not going to work for this guy.
See, my mum worked in a fruit and veg shop.
That does it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love a
That's
dusty
my
apron,
thing,
man.
yeah. Tell me, are these apples ripe?
Put your
Use the wrong apostrophe. Go on.
So do you not get the nurse thing just because your ma's a nurse?
But she never dressed like that.
What,
I don't
like
think many nurses do.
No.
Why is this not PVC?
Yeah.
You wear like horribly blue, like scrub looking things. The actual nurses, don't they?
Yeah.
My mum was always in Lycra. It's not making sense now.
But like, yeah, like French maid and all that heavy gear. That.
It's class, isn't it?
Yeah.
The French maid.
You've always
that-
laughed at me for this.
No, I haven't.
Have you not?
No.
Okay.
I get it.
That's your thing, the
No,
French
it's
maid,
not mine.
is it?
Like, but like, I
It's
understand.
okay, Carl. You can talk to us, man.
Oh, it's mine.
This is in private.
French maid is the top one.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Mine's a golf sale sign. Just stood there like that with the golf sales. That's my favourite outfit.
Naked behind her.
No, just full on like workwear.
What does your mum do, Harry?
She's a hypnotist.
Is she really?
Is that her job?
Or she's a counsellor and like therapist, but she does hypnotherapy, which is why she's gonna hypnotise Finn into like eating butties, like bacon butties and that.
Imagine having to be hypnotised.
I didn't-
with butties.
I didn't know what you meant by buddies when you said that. And I was a bit like, that's a bit. And then I'm so happy to hear bacon prefacing that.
Is
I
that
was
not
like,
a thing in Ireland? Butties? Is it
No.
a sandwich? I'll make you a butty.
Sarnie, isn't it?
Sarnie, I think.
No,
yeah,
I don't like it.
know. I was
And in
never
Australia,
into that
it's
shit.
Sando.
Like,
Or Sanga.
yeah. Australians
Sando.
abbreviate
Play for
everything.
QPR.
That's Sandro.
He's just signed for a 7th tier football team, hasn't he?
I love that though, because that's the love of the game. Innit?
Yeah.
He's getting no money there.
I'd do that if I was like.
Former Tottenham midfielder and Brazilian superstar Sandro.
It's like you dropping in to do Mr. Benz, and it like or something, just like, oh, we got a proper dude here. Like, shouldn't be doing it.
I love doing little like tiny gigs, like when you're starting again. It's class.
So you can feel like Sandro in the 7th tier of the
Doing
football
keep-ups and
pyramid.
Mr. Benz.
What aside from golf salesperson, surely you must
I've never really honestly
What happens if someone said to you, I want you to dress up, what are you picking?
nothing. Like
The bollock.
no, just like I've never been it's never been a thing.
No, what if a girl goes, I like you to dress up, what would you go as?
No, I'd say go and get someone else to dress up.
Oh, right.
Genuinely,
What if it was Rihanna?
I'd say no. I'm not compromising.
I don't think
I'm
you're
not-
that strong.
I don't think you're that strong. Rihanna's like, I want you to be a sexy fireman. You're not just putting the hat on and getting your hose out.
You'd be climbing up that pole.
No, I genuinely would. I've never been that guy. I don't think I could do it.
So with me, I
I'd
don't
cringe.
know what you do. Because, oh, look, I'm dressed as a fireman. Do you then just
Don't say
take,
that.
But what you do, then you just take it off.
You just do nothing until November the 4th
Right.
to the 7th.
Look, I'm a fireman, and now it comes off.
Was it Trevor Crook who used to do that joke? Yeah, my missus, to spice things up, she dressed up as in a school uniform, but she just looked like a slow learner to me.
Yeah, like you're right though. Like you're dressed as a fireman, and you're like, right, go and get up that tree.
Yeah, so you walk into, you're the lady,
Yeah.
and you're like, I'm dressed as a professor.
Yeah, no.
They don't say that, but like, you're like, hey. And they're like, well, then you're like,
It depends how much you want to get into
I need
character.
to revise.
Yeah, I'm beginning to get you boys talking about bonding over Harry Potter. Is there a bit of a
Oh my god.
yeah? Get your robes and your wand out.
Voldemort, I get that.
Come in as well. That's how he comes.
I just don't know what you do. Like, I get with a
Harry
girl.
Potter has come.
Let me sit on your face. No, you'll slide off it.
No, because girls stay in the outfit, don't they? Because, but we have to, like,
No, you don't have to take it off. You just have to get your knob out.
Yeah, but then you're Winnie the Pooh as
Yeah.
a fireman.
No,
Is that what Tom Jones meant? What? You can leave it at on.
You can
so
leave
that
your
you know
fireman
you're
hat
a
on.
fireman.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe she had alopecia.
It's just being polite.
I can't wait to get you naked, girl. You can leave your hat on.
Why have you got no eyebrows?
Trying to make her feel comfortable.
Yeah, like I've done the fireman thing, and you just get your knob out.
Do you just get your knob out?
What do you mean?
You walk in, knob out.
Yeah, so they come over and they're like, sometimes they'll be like, oh, where do we need to go? Where's the fire exit? And you go, I'll fucking put my fire in your exit.
And then she's like,
Get your
that's
ass
a
out."
disappointing hose.
I never realised you were such a romantic.
What?
I never realised you were such a
Look,
romantic.
I'll do whatever women want apart from the dishes.
Same with Jack. Oh, mad. You just got your knob out. You do that with any outfit?
Yeah.
You should have...
Suit of armour.
You've been sucked off in full
Yeah.
clothing.
Get your codpiece off.
Yeah.
Just pop the codpiece off.
Just that.
Yeah, but then what's the point then?
Because they think they're getting fucked by a fireman, but they're not.
Like, just let him fuck a fireman. Like, if that was me, I'd be like, just go and fuck a fireman, come back. I'll be here, me. New
Can't
cods
be
out.
me.
New cods out. Just
It is as well. Good.
Have you ever done dress up?
A buddy of mine, Jer Devine, is an actual fireman, and he's a good-looking boy, Jer. And he was telling me when he first started, he was kind of, because he was a builder first, and he got into it, and whatever, he's in his fire truck, and there was a couple of girls standing there, and he's like, "Hello, ladies," thinking, will this fireman thing kick in? The two girls turned to him and they went, "Oh, look at you in your uniform. Choo choo."
Train driver?
Trained the wrong uniform.
Literally ripping the piss out of him, going like,
So if that was me, I'd have been like, "Oh, this will be easy. They're stupid." I think this is a train.
when
Why
he
driving train on the road? Not bad.
when he started, a horse was hit on the road, and the blood from a horse becomes like an oil slick.
I don't.
And,
You don't know that.
Thanks for teaching me, though.
well, he was told, "Here, that's going to be like an oil slick. Run into that garden and get some soil to stop the stem of the blood." So he runs into the garden, starts digging up some soil, and this old lady in Tala in Dublin come out the front door, and she went, "No fucking way you're burying that thing here."
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, you got me, John. Oh dear. So funny. You got me.
Let's have a little break and we'll come back and do some questions. Lids, do us a favour, yeah? You love us, don't you? Yeah. You love this podcast. That's why you're listening to it. And especially if you're watching on YouTube, helps us immeasurably. If you go and leave a comment, like, subscribe, and turn the bell on, it sends us through the roof with the algorithm. It costs you absolutely nothing apart from half a second of your life and helps us no end. And you can follow us on socials, can't you, Dan?
Dude, yeah. Have a word pod. I nearly said my handle then. Have a word pod. Just give us a follow and comment, and don't just like something. Retweet it, share it, put it on your stories.
Just be sound.
Yeah,
Costs nothing to be nice.
Be a good egg.
Welcome back to the final section. Yay. Still got Danny, still got John, still got all the boys, minus Finn and Dan and Will. Nope, there's enough here. You got any questions, Harry?
We do. This is a question from Jamie Hughes. Hey, Lids, quick one for you. What are some jobs that you would believe are stealing a living? I was driving to work this morning and saw lollipop ladies working on a Pelican crossing. The traffic lights and the red and green man are literally doing their job for them. All they do is walk out when the green man is on and walk back when it goes red. The other one I thought of was third choice goalies. Interesting to hear your thoughts. So what do you think is a job that is useless?
As a Liverpool fan, I can't stand the third choice goalie thing at the minute, actually, because our third choice goalie's done really well for us because our first choice is severely injured. Second choice is playing up most of the games. So we need that third choice goalie, you know? I think what they're getting at there is Scott Carson, who's played minus 7 minutes for City and has actually won like 4 league titles. I think it's hard to beat the fucking lollipop woman, innit?
Yeah.
In the modern era.
I don't think we need people working in gyms.
Okay.
Because the gyms are the 24-hour gyms don't really have people in.
You need at least one.
You could have someone like in an office looking at a screen going, "Oh, someone's just fell over there." Like you need maybe someone to do like to there in case there's an injury.
Like, what do you need them for? You're walking over going, "Are these the weights?"
Yeah, exactly. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think that's a
Am I doing this right?
Yeah.
pointless job.
It's the treadmill.
Am I doing this right?
The Olympics have lifeguards for the swimming. I think that's pretty pointless.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Is
yeah.
it though?
Yeah, because the people who are swimming can't see someone else drowning because they're swimming.
And also, what if someone has like a heart attack while they're swimming and they're drowning and having a heart attack?
Yeah, but surely the
That's fucking stupid, Harry. Sort yourself out.
I think if you're in the Olympics and you manage to drown and you're in a swimming event, and even worse if you're not, but if you're in a swimming event and you manage to drown, there's been a massive error with you getting there in the first place.
Well, there was the fella from the Gambia that almost did. Have you ever seen that?
Eric the Eel?
Yeah, Eric the Eel. And he was in a heat with 2 other people, and then those 2 people did a false start and got disqualified. So he was the only person in his heat, and he almost didn't make it.
Yeah. Do you remember the woman one as well, what she was called?
The skier?
No, the swimmer as well. So there was Eric the Eel and there was Paula the Crawler. And she was dreadful as well.
When was this?
Like 2008 Olympics, maybe 2012.
Eric the Eel and Paula the Crawler.
Equatorial Guinea. It was Eric
his name?
Musambani. He was at the 2000 Summer Olympics.
Right.
He's the only swimmer ever from Equatorial Guinea.
Yeah.
He now teaches people
That
how to
scans,
swim.
yeah.
Yeah, I get it. It doesn't rain.
I remember when we did that little kind of interview thing for Carl Day, you said the people who work at self-service checkouts. And I agree.
No, I don't.
No, they're like the most valuable people in society.
But they're useless. Because you stood there and the lights going, woo! And they're like, and then they come over. They should be like fucking waiting with a little thing to beep.
I'm so glad I forgot about this. You owe me an apology.
Johnny, I owe an apology.
About the Asdas.
Oh, none of them 24/7 no.
Told you. The ones that you were looking at, that when you Googled, you went, oh no, I'm sure that one is. And then we Googled, that'll be a garage that's like a little mini Asda. But there's no more, there's no more 24/7 Asdas.
Petrol station men.
Oh, mate.
We don't need them, do we? Now that you can put your card in and just fucking...
No, what if I want a yop? It's got to go and get me the yop.
Go to the shop.
No, but it's after hours. Oh, I thought you meant like the after hours petrol station.
Oh, with a little window.
Yeah.
So you can make them go shopping. Do you know that?
Yeah, it's sick.
So good.
It's like Pac-Man. You can like direct them through the aisles. Like, just go.
Like on tour, me, Alfie and Jack, I got bored one night and I was like, I'm just going to keep sending this fella for something else. So I went and I was like, yeah, number 7, please, mate. And can I have an orange Lucozade? And he went and got it. And I was like, pack of Quavers as well, please. And he went and got it. And he come back and I was like, you need like chocolate biscuits. And I can't remember what the fourth one was, but he was just like, is there anything else?
Yeah. Imagine like going to work at the Shell and end up doing a fucking bleep test. It's just the worst thing ever. Like, I had a joke once that because it's always like the maddest people in it that work at these all-night garages. So I had a joke, was like, I'm convinced the reason they lock it and you can't go in, it's not to stop you going in, it's to stop them getting out and drinking the petrol. Like, that's what it's like. They're always the maddest guys.
Yeah, like the overnight petrol station people, and also anyone who works in any part of the airport that doesn't pertain to flying. So like anyone who works on the bar or in one of the restaurants or one of the shops at the airport, they're always a bit odd, aren't they?
Yeah, I reckon it's because...
Who applies for that job?
Do they have to do like security every time they...
Yeah.
Oh.
They fly in.
That makes sense, actually, yeah. Oh,
Like
we need you in fucking Dublin, and then they fly you there.
Yeah. Because if they're in arrivals...
That's sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to go through security. It's like prison. If you work in prison, you got to go through prison security every time you go in.
Of course you do, though. Otherwise, you could just work there and take a nuclear weapon in.
For who?
Kim Jong-un, he's in prison.
I don't think a nuclear weapon would fit up your arse. I'm no scientist.
You haven't seen my ass, John. What's the worst job you've ever had?
The worst job. I took a nude modelling job when I was in university, not realising that they did the life drawing in one of the oldest, coldest rooms in the uni. And me Mickey was like a fucking acorn, man. And I had to stand there in front. So the rumours went around that I had the smallest cock on campus. But luckily, through a lot of hard work, I managed to turn that around.
I walked from my house to Anfield the other day on bonfire night, which was class, by the way. Walking through Liverpool on bonfire, I felt like I was in the Warriors. It was fucking class. But I had the worst case of footy dick I've ever had in my entire life when I got to Anfield. And honestly, I was like, when I went into the bathroom, there was no one at like the urinals near me. And I was so grateful for it, because if anyone had seen my dick there, like not because like I'm a comedian and like people would be asked, like if I'd have seen my dick on someone else, I'd have told everybody I knew, and I'd have got a slight photo of the fella and been like, this has got the finest
footy dick rhino sack.
Yeah, like your rhino sack, like your sack's like, it's like airplane wheels, isn't it? Like when it's cold, they just fucking...
Girls go, what the fuck's footy dick rhino sack?
In my head, when you said rhino sack, I thought you meant like massive sack, but I know what you mean, like when it shrivels.
No, when it's like a little armadillo, innit?
Yeah.
It's got like ridges on it.
Yeah.
Proper rhino sack. And then your little acorn sat on top
Like
of it.
a walnut.
Yeah.
Walnut
mine wasn't even a walnut.
No, I meant the balls. Is it a hazelnut or a walnut? Like, you know, the...
Ridgy.
Yeah, like
a peach stone.
Yeah.
Well
Going for a bit of weight.
Do you reckon girls know that happens? Because I wouldn't get like my peach stone balls out in front of Ellie. I feel like that'd freak her out.
If
Yeah, like, do
if she
girls-
really loves you, she'll accept those peach stone balls.
If you're ever getting your knob out in like -1 degrees weather in front of your girlfriend, I'd love to know what activity you've got planned there.
skiing,
Wim Hof.
Wim Hof.
Skiing with Wim Hof, that's the only way. The girls get this. They get like, they don't like.
Have you ever tried any of that Wim Hof stuff?
No.
The breathing. I've given it a go, man. It's a weird, like you definitely get a
Little
lot of
buzz from it.
feelings.
What's
Yeah.
Wim Hof?
Doesn't he just get cold
The-
showers?
Yeah, like the cold plunge breathing
that shit.
method. Yeah.
Well, it's all about taking as much breath as you can. It kind of gets your. It's interesting, man. Give it a go.
Yeah, the oxygen will stimulate and you just feel a bit
You
weird.
do strike me, John, as someone who'd be into that like sort of stuff, like ice baths and that.
Yeah,
That's what it is,
yeah. Oh yeah, man. You feel absolutely fantastic. I like to swim in the winter here, and it's so funny because in Australia, like the winters are mild. And you're walking down a swim in the Australian winter, and people genuinely think you're going to take your own life. You know what I mean? People are freaking out, and you're like, dude, it's so mild. You
13
know?
degrees. This is the hottest day of the year back home.
Yeah.
Why is he in snorkel on a railway bridge?
Got me fins on, flopping around.
Stood in fucking ankle deep water with a gun to your head. Are you all right? I'm going for a swim. No, it's not even that cold. Look.
Yeah. What's wrong with you people?
I like a cold swim though.
Oh,
The
dude,
lakes
like,
is good for
you
it,
don't
but
stay in for long, but you feel amazing after. Like we used to go swimming, mad hungover on Christmas Day and all that stuff. Man, you get in that water in bits. You get
There is
out
so much
reborn.
information about your family in that sentence.
Yeah.
We used to go swimming mad hungover on Christmas Day.
Oh yeah. The Lynn's like a sup.
Do you like? Would your family go big drinking Christmas Eve?
Oh yeah.
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 So I like a pint or 4 on Christmas Eve, but that's enough.
No, we're heavy at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big one. It's
I
a
did it
big
once,
one.
got right, it just ruined me dinner and everything. And it's like, what's the point? Like, you can get pissed any night. Fuck it, Santa doesn't come every night. Do you know what I mean?
The only time I ever ruined Christmas Day was when I worked in Envy and they stayed open Christmas Eve until 6 a.m. So I didn't get home till 8 a.m. on Christmas morning.
It's weird
My-
vibes as well. Everyone's gone. Like,
Yeah.
and it's just like the sad ones.
But lads think they're cool. Ruin Christmas Day. Like, and no one thinks you're cool. You
yeah,
gimp.
yeah.
I
My-
get twatted Christmas night.
Yeah.
Like
It's
Christmas
over.
Day night.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like,
Well, Christmas Eve was always drinking in the pubs,
Yeah.
and then Christmas Day was drinking at home. But I remember my brother coming in from Christmas Eve, absolutely pissed out of his face, and we'd gotten a new dog. The dog had taken a shit. My brother stood in it, so pissed he didn't notice, and he decided he wanted to go around to everyone's room and tell them he loved them. So he literally walked dog shit into every single room in the
Yeah, but
house.
people might have saw the footprints and thought it was
Yeah.
Santa.
hang on, that's reindeer
Is that
shit.
soot?
The dog's been shitting in the chimney again.
To be fair though, right, I remember when it was like one of Rudy's first Christmases and we did like glitter footprints through the house. And I reckon dog shit would have been easier to get out of the house. Like this was like 5 years ago and there's still
Yeah.
glitter in the house now. But I reckon at least the shit would be gone by then. Glitter's mad.
I went on a date with this girl, and man, it wasn't going. It was like weird. Like I was just out of a long relationship, and you know the way you're still heartbroken. You've no game. You don't really know what. Everything's
Yeah.
awkward.
It's the coldest class in campus. She's drawing you. Yeah.
And I'm going, give a little leeway for the temperature, love. Just a little. Come on, fair's fair.
It's like a handicap. I'm on the other tees here.
This building was built in 1852, love. Keep that in mind.
If you're doing it
have
to
me in a
scale,
sauna,
please
you
put a
be-
thermometer in the corner.
Me sitting on a hot water blanket before I get up. Are we ready to go, girls? But the what were we talking about before now?
You went on a date. It wasn't going well.
Oh, the glitter. And this girl says to me, "You're never gonna forget this date." And I kind of went, "Am I not?" Like I was like,
I've pooed.
maybe it's. Maybe. I was like, maybe it's going better than I thought. And she went, walk me home. And I walked her back and I was thinking, Jesus Christ. And we got to the door and she said, this is me. And she opened the door and then she turned around and she had glitter in her hand. She went, blew it all over me fucking face. And it was in me hair for about 3 weeks after that.
That is
and I've
so
never
evil.
fucking forgotten that
Yeah,
day.
she's fucking absolutely
Never
nailed
saw
it.
her again, but I've never forgotten. She was 100% right.
She's got a Nightmare Before Christmas tattoo.
Yeah.
That's what that sounds like.
Yeah,
Quirky,
it was
you know those
awkward.
quirky girls, like glitter.
Yeah.
Like,
That would turn me on a bit though, because I would immediately think she's fucking mental. So she's
Oh, I
gonna be
was
clapped.
totally, yeah. I only stopped texting her when you look and you see there's like 3 unanswered and you go, nah, this is getting creepy now.
and then you
I
go
don't
like
this
that, and it's
go.
like silver and blue, and you're like, oh no.
Oh man, it was
Can't do that again.
coming out for
see it
genuinely
now.
for ages.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now.
there's a little bit there. That's a bit of grey.
Another question.
Yeah, go on,
This
lads.
is from Tom Schofield, Wag Wag Lids. Question: if you lads started your own fraternity, like an American university frat house, what hazing methods would you put in for new members to enjoy in order to join the Have a Word frat?
Do you have anything like this in Ireland?
No, there's none of that sort of. No,
I hate
no.
this, mate. I hate this. Like,
Hazing.
yeah, like if anything, it should be like, just it's always wacky, isn't it? Like, oh, you can't turn left all day. You just got to walk. If you turn left, we just batter you with a fucking pillowcase with stones in it.
They
and
like
that.
to make a left, though, don't they?
Yeah, that's what I mean. But that's annoying, isn't it? Like just doing that all the time. I think it should be like mundane shit. Like if you really want to join the fraternity, go and sell Sky in a shopping centre for the day. Go and do a shift in the fishmongers, and then we'll let you in. Like instead of just doing wacky shit, like
I
get
don't think it is always wacky shit. Sometimes it's fucking horrible. Sometimes
Yeah,
you
but
have to
it's-
like suck off all the elders, don't you?
in the fishmonger.
Yeah, it's like drink like a bottle of tequila.
Yeah.
That's just dangerous.
Pissing it.
Yeah, it's stupid. I just don't think, and also I don't think then that makes them. At least do it somewhere where you know they're qualified to be good in the fraternity.
But a fraternity is not just like lads houses.
Drinking contest, really, innit?
Sounds like lads.
Yeah, but then you want someone who's willing to do all the shit, then, don't you?
No, I want sensible men.
Well, then start your own
I
fraternity.
want sensible men who can upsell a movies and a sports package. That's what I want.
Come to ours. Here's all the dishes. I'm going to watch exactly what order you do these in.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
do notice there is wine glasses and a bacon tray. So,
Here's all the dishes, but the only dish that counts is the one that's on the side of the house.
Have a word, I don't know, something to do with us.
In the social network, he carries a chicken round him for all of his classes for a week.
Listen to Finn's music for an hour.
oh fucking hell! People kill themselves.
We didn't have fraternities, but like you definitely had that laddie, like the shit we used to do to each other. Like one of the lads, Dave Dooley, he snogged this girl on a night out, and then next day he was asking her out, whatever, and she said, "Look, that was a mistake. I'd just see you as a friend, whatever." And we all thought it'd be a great idea to switch her phone number in the phone.
It's just mean. Man.
Oh man, and it got out of hand. It was supposed, but man, the boys played. Now look, I wasn't really involved, but the boys played the long game. Like they proper. This went on for months. If he bumped into the girl in the campus, they'd listen to the conversation and then put that little bit into the text. Good to see you today. You know, hope the weekend in Tipperary went well. He was like, I think she's coming around, boys. You know what I mean? This went on for a few months. And then the lads started going, let's ramp it up. So I went, look, I've been thinking about Everton. I think you and me could work together. Come over tonight with a bottle of wine. Dooley, we're all picking out his shirts. You know what I mean? The black is slimming, man. You look great in the black, not the blue. You know, that one works. And he arrives round to the house with a bottle of wine, stinking of aftershave. We're kids. We're in uni, like 21 or 20 or something. Stinking aftershave. She opens the door in her jammies and sees him standing there all dressed up with a bottle of wine. And she got scared. She proper went, Dave, what we've talked about this. What the fuck is going on? And he's trying to hide the wine behind us because he twigs as soon as she opens the door. She's like, but you brought wine. And then he had to explain it all. And then arrived back to the house. Oh, nasty shit, man.
Funny
Nasty.
though.
Funny, yeah, but when that stuff goes a bit too far, it's
And
a
them
bit
cunts that
like,
did it in uni were getting like thirds and 2-2s. It's like, mate, put your efforts into your actual schooling.
Yeah,
you might
yeah.
do well.
What's the one we know where he changed mum? Do you remember? He changed mum's number in his phone. I know, dad. And then, do you remember? It was two lads we know. And it was, your dad's just gone out. No, sorry, Jay's just gone out, come round and fuck me.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
like they changed his number in his phone to mum, so when they text the lad, it come up as mum. So they made it look like they'd accidentally...
Yeah, RJ's just gone out. Come round and fuck me.
His dad's out, come round and fuck me. So he'd thought his mum was cheating on his dad.
And he told his dad.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like his dad's just gone out, come round and fuck me.
So he turns up with his dad and being like, yeah. And his mum's just sat there watching like the Weakest Link, just fucking having a bag of Doritos. She's like, yeah.
It's horrible. All that laddie shit, man. Like all the rugby dudes and that.
Oh yeah, they just bum each other's head in.
Yeah. Oh, like
It's not gay, it's rugby. Suck me balls, go on.
Oh, wanged him off, but it's not gay because the jizz went backwards. It was a backwards jizz. Like, shut up, rugby players.
I don't think that one's too far, though.
I think it's mean.
Like, in that moment, obviously, you don't want the girl to be scared, but as soon as he goes, oh, I know what's happened, like, whatever, and it calms down, that's just them funny. It is mean, but sometimes mean's funny. It's funny.
Well, I know
And here's the thing.
the main instigator got punched in the head.
Yeah, well.
Do you think, honest question, this is your group of mates,
Yeah.
so the lad who it got done to, do you think he'd have got involved if it was someone else?
Yeah.
So then fuck
Yeah.
him?
Yeah. He
Do you know what I mean?
probably
If he'd have got
would've.
involved...
I don't think he'd have let it go as far.
Okay.
Like they did get a bit out of hand, man. Like it was, when people are getting freaked out, like properly freaked out,
I think it sounds great.
I still do. It still makes me laugh when I think about it.
I'm too much of a mad pessimist. I'd be thinking yeah, but what if he gets run over on the way there and he shouldn't have even been going there and his death's on our hand? I think like that, 4 steps ahead all the time.
I think if you're
It's weird.
doing it, it has to be someone who can take it. Like
Take a running over?
not like
He'll be fine.
no, but
No, we'll have to do it to Alan. He's run over 6 times and he's fine.
hard as nails. He just gets up and back. But I mean, like fellas who are going to break under that, man, or a bit too sensitive or whatever. Like my mate Paddy is a madman, pulls that type of shit all the time, but he never gets shitty when it's done to him. Like we left him on a road trip. He went in for a pee in a petrol station, and we were getting the ferry back from Wales to Ireland, and we just left him there. We just drove off. And we went, he'll work it out when he stops panicking, that there'll be loads of people pulling in for petrol and jump in with one of them. We're on the ferry thinking, shit, there's no sign of him, man. He mustn't have twigged it. Now we're feeling guilty, going, he's trapped, And then we see him getting on just before the ferry runs off, and he runs up, and we thought he'd be pissy, and he went, brilliant, boys, brilliant. He was loving it. He was like, great story. That was class. He says, I was panicking for about 20 minutes, and then I calmed. And you can't break me, boys. Whereas other fellas would
You
have
just have to push him overboard. Swim home.
But, you do. Other lads would have cracked up, gone, I can't believe
Yeah,
they
but
left me
that's
here.
why I've never done roasts or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because I know for a fact that,
It'll bother you too much.
yeah. So I just don't get involved in any
I
of
wouldn't
that.
do that shit either. Like, I don't get it, man. Standing there and everyone, I wouldn't be. I'd be too sensitive for that shit. I'd be heartbroken.
Well, the roast of Have a Word 2 goes out in a couple of weeks' time.
Or is it now?
No, it's still a couple of weeks. It goes out the 1st or 2nd Friday in December.
Cool.
We done it recently, and the panel we put together was fucking insane. So it was the roast of Adam and Dan, essentially. So
Right.
Me and Dan are sat in. Obviously, you get to do it at the end, but it was Finn Taylor, Ishan Akbar, Rebecca Goodwin, Thomas Green, Hattie Preston, Tom Stade, Freddie Quinn, and Daniel Sloss. Stade, by the way,
Killed it.
I honestly didn't know what to expect from him because he'd never done one, and he fucking killed it.
Yeah,
Standing
yeah.
ovation.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
He
fucking
performed it as well.
This sounds really
Really?
good. How could I see this?
It'll be on patreon.com/haveawordpod.
From
Danny.
£3, you get to watch
Danny
everything we've ever
always
made.
hustling.
Smashed it
Always
there, mate.
hustling.
And if by the time this goes out, you haven't watched me stand-up special yet, where have you been, eh? It's on youtube.com/haveawordpod. It's free, and it's currently got 7 million views. Just hoping,
Yeah.
It's possible.
Okay.
Adam Rowe, he's a modest guy, but he shouldn't be.
Never claims to be modest, never will. I'm great, and you're all fine. End of the pod. I believe you got to go and do the school run. Pick up the little boy.
Yeah.
John, you got anything you want to plug, or just people to follow you on Insta or something?
Yeah, just give us an follow. What am I doing? Yeah, just Birmingham, Dlee next week, and then back to Australia.
It's in the past, that now.
Oh yeah, because this is.
You're in Australia.
So you missed
How was the
me
Dlee? You're
last
Birmingham.
week on Dlee.
Let's try and call it.
Amazing, standing ovation. They stood taller than they do for Stade.
Who was on?
Me and 3 other acts.
Good, Bill. Anything coming up?
No, just Instagramming it. Danny MC Comedy.
You're not doing tour shows?
No, not. I'm doing next year, I think.
Okay.
Might be doing a book. Can't tell you what though, but a lot of people will be interested.
There
in
you
it.
go. Go and buy that book if it happens.
Yeah.
Actually, starting a podcast in Sydney called Your Uncle's Basement. That's what I am doing.
There you go.
So there you go.
There you go.
We did a little bit there, and when I get back, we're doing more
Who's
of
we?
it. Yeah, myself and a fella, Al Del Bene, who
That's how
was
I like
like-
my pasta.
great comic man. Do you know he was like the house you guys lived in? He lived in a similar with Patrice O'Neill, Dane Cook, what's his name, Paddy Kelly, man. But he, I never knew your man Dane Cook. You know that guy, the stadium guy. He made millions playing stadiums, and he went, I can't trust these business managers. I'm going to hire my brother because it's someone, you know what I mean? That's sacrosanct. His brother nicked 11 million. And like, he went down for it. I think he got 6
feels
years or
very
something.
fucking
Has never
possible
given
for
the
me.
money back, you know. But anyway.
Finn, have we got any songs or anything?
We do. This one's by Fagan. It's one man called Fagan, and this is called Music I Can Dance To.
Hello, I'm Fagan. This is my debut single. Music I can dance to. That's
how it goes.
Got him. That's it. Thanks for tuning in. Watch my special. Watch everything. Just watch all of it. Yeah? See you soon.